All right, we good. We live. Let me see. We live. Adjust the mic a little bit. I think we're good. Where we at with it? Okay, we got Justin first. Still can't believe KD airballed that shot. He was tired, man. He had the team on his back, and y'all know I'm one of the biggest, like, KD didn't earn them rings, and KD be doing some weird stuff, but like he did all he could, man. Like he really did. He was trying so hard, man. What's good, Jones? I hope Giannis wins the whole thing. What's good, LBNG? Get revenge on the Heat, beats the super team Nets out of face off with Embiid or Young and playing a determined Clippers Suns team. Yeah, there's a lot of narratives going on. Like Bomani Jones, he has a good point about like how the NBA, like ESPN and all of them need to really push all of these new faces, not LeBron and KD and Steph Curry, all of these guys out of the playoffs. They need to push these other names. They need to be like on all over Trae Young. They need to be all over Joel Embiid. They need to be all over Devin Booker and all of these guys, Chris Middleton, all of they need to be really pushing that. So then next, I mean, first of all, that's just better now, but even next year when we come back, you'll be attached to these new guys, and then you also get the older guys you used to love on top of it, and it's just gonna feel like it's more superstars in the league. Who y'all got tonight, 76ers or the Hawks? I mean, I'm going Hawks just because I want them to win, but I don't know if they will win. I don't know. What's good, Luck? What's good, J-Mon? Okay, Jaden. That boy Jaden with the big time donation off rip. Hold on, man. We gotta get the Dragon Ball Z for that one, man. Appreciate that. He said working on a thesis, but wanted to let you know I'm still the sponsor. I'll get back later. Peace. All right, Jaden. Hey, man, take your time, bro. We chilling. We here for the next 2 hours, man. So we're chilling. He said Rico finna end the stream. Rico on stream. Keep working, dropping the bangers. Yeah, I've been having fun working on all these random eclectic style videos. I'm just random topics, and now I'm for real like moving on to the rookie class. So I may not go in order, cause like I'm really intrigued by Benjamin St. Juste now after mini camps. Of course, I'm intrigued by Jamin Davis and De'Ami Brown. I like John Bates a lot as well. I'm intrigued by Dax Milne. I may do a Shaka Tony, like trying to see how he could transition to an outside linebacker, like an Anthony Barr type of thing. So I may go out of order, because I mean Jared Patterson's an undrafted rookie free agent. I doubt he's gonna be 11th, because I think we had 10 draft picks. He was 11th, I think. I doubt he's gonna be 11th on my film session list. I probably will be going out of order. We'll see though. But yeah, I'm really intrigued by Jared Patterson, so we're gonna see how that goes when we get there. Is Terry top 10 asking for a friend? I think he will be. I'm not exactly sure if he's put in enough work yet to say he is. And it's mostly because of quarterback problems. Like, it's not even him. Like, all of the advanced stats say that he is a top 10 wide receiver. But then when like you look at the top 10 list, and based on what other guys have done in the past and what they can still do going to the future, it's like, who do you take out? You know what I'm saying? Who do you replace Terry for? But I think Terry, by the end of the season, will be a top 10 receiver, no doubt, like widely known amongst the league, not just us as Burgundy and Gold fans, or just the smart people, because a lot of smart people love Terry McLaurin. Chad Johnson, that's one of his favorite receivers in the NFL, maybe his like straight favorite receiver. A lot of like the super analytical draft heads that I trust their opinions, like Trevor Sikkema and all of those guys at the Draft Network. A lot of people are Pro Football Focus. They all love Terry McLaurin. It's just like the national media, like ESPN and those guys, whether or not they know him. But they tend to not really know that much anyway. So I'm not surprised. Terry McLaurin's gonna make his name though. Everybody's gonna know Terry McLaurin after this year. Even like the regular fans that have all of the ESPN guys that don't really know much are gonna know Terry McLaurin by the end of this season. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Rico, it's that weird AGM dude. Good. Why'd you word it like that? What's good, AGM? Oh yeah, happy Father's Day, King Sean. What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good, John Shaw? What's good, Yoshi? Try Hard Gaming. What's good? He said the Nets are hot garbage. What's good, Bob Bester? What's good? What's good? Jaden, what's good? What's good, man? What's up again? What's up, Sergio? Washington's offense is gonna suck. Those opposing defenses dry. It's a weird way to word it, but I agree. What's good, Fred DeVoe? What's good? What's good? What's good, Andrew? What's happening? Channel members in the building. We got a few of them. Yoshi, Jaden, Andrew, yes sir, yes sir. A few channel members in the building. What's good, Luck? First of all, appreciate the donation, and I don't know what you said. Chupapi, I don't know what that means, but what are the chances that the defense folds this year? I think it would have to be injuries. It was too talented. Like, for us to be as good as we were last year, and we're clearly better this year than last year in a lot of ways. I don't see how it can really go wrong unless there are just some severe injuries. But then again, I think we're building good depth. Now, I mean, there's nobody that can replace Chase Young or Montez Sweat. They get hurt, like, it's just it'll be somebody decent behind them, but it won't be the same. Same thing with like a William Jackson. William Jackson get hurt. We don't have a corner to step up and be another William Jackson. But for the most part, like maybe free safety, a couple of linebacker spots. I think in general, I think we're going to be pretty straight. Because, I mean, just like I said in my last video, like how the NBA playoffs right now, it's not even who's the best, it's who's healthiest. I think the NFL season is going to be like that. First of all, this is our first time having a full off season in 2 years. You already see teams losing players to torn ACLs left and right already, offensive linemen and everything. Thank goodness we haven't. And then you add the extra game, the 17th game, with the extra playoff game that they started implementing since last playoffs. It's gonna be whoever's healthiest at the end. And I think with us building great depth, I think that's smart for Rivera and company to do that, because I think honestly it's gonna be who's healthiest at the end of the day. What are the chances? What's good, Pedro Smith? Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Pedro Smith. Always, man. What's good, Rich? Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Rich as well. Our teams better get their licks in now, because once they build that O-line in the next season or two with drafts and free agency, it will be the force in the NFL. What's good, D-Yock? I agree, man. We're building the empire for real. We're starting to get to the point that when the draft comes, we're going best player available and not fill team need. Because when you force a team need, you're not necessarily getting the best guy there. And then now you have somebody that's decent to good at a position of need rather than somebody that's elite. Like Chase Young, we didn't necessarily need edge rusher, but he was so dominant, you had to take him. And I prefer to draft like that for like ever. Do you think Scott Turner will actually call good plays consistently this year? Yeah, I think last year was a lot of, first of all, getting into the groove of being an offensive coordinator full time for the first time like in his life. And then also like just trying things out. Like, I always bring up the fact that, like, that Antonio Gandy Golden game where he got hurt, I think it was against the Browns, where we were literally just forcing the ball to him. Scott Turner was just literally taking games like, all right, we're going to see what Antonio Gandy Golden can do this game. We're just going to throw it to him as much as possible. Even if it's not conducive to winning, we're just going to force it to him so we can see what we got in him. Maybe, hopefully, it builds some confidence. Hopefully, he, like, starts to get into a rhythm and things like so. Like, it was more so what can help us long term more so than what can help us right now in this exact game that we're in right now. And I think Scott Turner this upcoming season is actually going to coach to win and not necessarily coach to develop. We'll see though. I have a TikTok where I talk about Washington and I got 1K and people actually think we're going to regress on defense. Oh yeah, no, they ain't tripping. I mean, I guess maybe like the law of averages, you were elite this year. By default, it's safer to bet that you're going to be worse next year. But I think we're way too talented. We're literally easily better this year than last year. We're going from Kendall Fuller being our number one corner to maybe our starting slot corner. Maybe not even number two if Benjamin St. Juste is good enough. We're going from Kevin Pierre-Louis to Jamin Davis. We're going from, it's just crazy, like, the whole way around. We're going from Wes Martin having to start a couple of games to maybe even Wes Schweitzer or Eric Flowers coming off the bench. Like, it's crazy. I think we're gonna be solid. I mean, Cornelius Lucas was our starting left tackle last year. He may not even be our starting right tackle this year. You know what I'm saying? We just got better in so many ways. Antonio Gibson is a better running back. Our receiving core went from our biggest weakness to potentially one of our best strengths. Like, I don't see not even just defense, because I started talking about offense a little bit. Just the whole team in itself. I just don't see how we regress. And we went from the worst QB situation in the NFL last year to hopefully at least middle. If Ryan Fitzpatrick and or Taylor Heineke at least give us average, we're way better than what we were last year. We win way more than 7 games last year. Remember, I think Alex Smith had the 35th QBR or quarterback rating, one of those, and I think Dwayne Haskins had the 37th. So we're going, and there's only 32 teams, y'all. So it's just like, can we just not have the worst possible situation receiving wise and quarterback wise and see what we can do type of thing. Even if we didn't just get way better defensively, just offense wise, even if they're not elite, at least they're not the worst thing doing it. You know what I'm saying? What's good? Andrew from Texas. What's good? Dash on IG, funny. Check them out. Okay, yeah, I don't know what that is. Chupapi Munyano. This offseason has been dry. Offseason, outside of Terry and Gibson, everyone had to be constantly schemed open. Bro, it was dark, bro. You know how much we could have used De'Ami Brown last year? Just De'Ami Brown alone, how much that would have helped. How much Ryan Fitzpatrick or Taylor Heineke could have helped last year. Like, it's crazy. What's good, Kevin Malone? What's good? Hey, brother, which Rico doesn't make it, Gandy Golden or Harmon? I don't know. I like Harmon more than I like Gandy Golden, but at the same time, Harmon wasn't drafted by this staff. And that may matter. I mean, we've seen that it matters a little bit. Like, Rivera will take the guy that he brought in over a guy that he didn't bring in, even if the guy that he didn't bring in may be slightly better. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not afraid to purge out the guys that he didn't bring in himself, whether it be through draft or free agency, or trade or whatever. So, I don't know. I prefer Harmon over the two. Like, out of that two, I prefer Harmon, but who knows, man? I really don't know. And what's good, Vasai? Samuel Humphries, Brown, and Patterson will help out with that. Bruh, like, in so many ways, bruh. Jared Patterson's an upgrade over Peyton Barber. Peyton Barber probably like the fourth running back behind Antonio Gibson, Jared Patterson, and J.D. McKissick. Like, it's just, we got so much better in so many ways. And you can always say every team in the NFL gets better every year in a way. But not, first of all, that's not true. Second of all, I don't think too many teams improved as much as we did. I think, honestly, us and the Browns, out of all of the teams that were already good, had the biggest come-ups. Because, of course, like, you know, teams like the Jaguars and the Jets getting potentially their franchise quarterbacks are huge improvements. But out of all the teams that actually mattered last year, I feel like us and the Browns improved the most easily. I think it's easily like us two and then Gap and then everybody else. Because the Buccaneers, I mean, they basically drafted depth. The Chiefs basically did the same thing. I think the Bills had a bad draft. They just went defensive line for like 3 of their first 4 picks or something. Like, I just didn't understand it. I'm trying to think of who else. I'm not afraid of the Seahawks. I don't think they got much better. The Packers are still struggling with this whole Aaron Rodgers situation, and even beyond that, even if Aaron Rodgers comes back, I don't think they're that much of a better team than they were last year. So, I mean, honestly, if you really, I guess the Patriots, the Browns, and us are the most improved teams out of all the teams that mattered last year. I think the Chargers improved quite a bit too, but not as much as we did. Not as much as us three did. Can't wait till camp. It's boring right now. Bruh, it's ugly. That's what I'm trying to find interesting video ideas to look into, random analytics, and anything that happens. And again, I'm working on these film sessions, so I'm gonna start getting that out to y'all. Steven Sims might be comeback player of the year. I'm not even sure if he makes the team, which is crazy because he was probably our second or third option last year, and now he may not make the team. That also speaks to how much depth and how much better our team is now this year. My boy Jaden with another donation. Sup, bro? What's good? Can't stay because I'm doing a thesis. I'll be back. Man, first of all, you know, you ain't even got to donate to say that. I would have seen it anyway, but I really appreciate it. Really appreciate that for real, man. Channel member in the building. I see no Rico Harmon making the time. And for what I've been seeing minicamp, I think Samuel may not play the whole season. I'm just saying I hope he shows a big impact training. Logan over 600 yards. Yeah, the Samuel's injury does concern me a little bit. But I feel like even without Curtis Samuel, our receiving core this year is still way better than last year. So I want Curtis Samuel there, of course. But I think, honestly, like I keep saying, I think De'Ami Brown's going to end up being a better receiver overall, more versatile and everything, than a Curtis Samuel eventually, like at some point. Maybe not early this season, maybe not even this season at all, but I do believe Curtis Samuel, if we're going to look back 2 years from now, Curtis Samuel is going to be option number 3, I believe. So that's not to say Curtis Samuel's replaceable. So again, I still really want him. I feel like we really need him, especially early, until De'Ami Brown is ready to really like make plays consistently. But even without Curtis Samuel, our offense is way better than what it was last year. I might fly to Richmond for camp. I may do it too, man. What is it, July 31st? I'm looking into it. Trey Apke to Bobby McCain, right? Oh yeah, that's a huge one. Thank you, AGM. Yeah, we're going from Trey Hapke to Bobby McCain. We're going from Ronald Darby to William Jackson. Like, come on, bro. Lucas is solid, but he's an even better swing tackle. I agree with that. I like him. Like, I was okay with him starting at left tackle. I'm okay with him starting at right tackle. But for him to be the backup is excellent depth. Excellent depth. When Alvin Kamara announces he's joined NASCAR as the first growth and engagement advisor. Oh, that's what's up. Shouts out to Alvin Kamara. You know he from Atlanta, so I support everything he do. Crazy how our defense went from bottom 5 in 2019 to top 5 in 2020. Bro, Jack Del Rio, Rivera, and a smart front office and coaching staff. That's all it took. It was never really like the talent like that. I mean, of course, we improved mightily in talent. But it was more so like off the field stuff. Coaching, front office decisions, culture, you know what I'm saying? Locker room. It was a whole lot of just not X's and O's problems we were having. Lucas is solid. Okay, there we go. I just read that. We would not see 4 QBs this year. Oh, yeah, that too. Thank you. I think at most 2, hopefully, barring any severe injuries. In 2022, let's draft quarterback from UNC. You talking about Sam Howell? Ultimate wide receiver of any team this. I wish we got rid of Landon's contract, traded him when we had top value. What's good, Armand? Yeah, it would have been nice, man, but it's looking like he's here. I'm not sure if he's here next year. I doubt he's going to be here next year unless he goes out here this year and shows us something that's worthy of all of that money he's making. Thank you, Justin. Let him know. Leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe. Appreciate that. Our offense was literally equivalent to Dallas's defense last year. Literally. The antithesis of the Chiefs' offense. Literally the exact mirror image of the Dallas defense, but offense-wise, I agree. Not gonna lie, Harmon's hands are just as good as Robinson's. Bro, I love Harmon. I think he has the best hands on the team right now, even including Terry McLaurin. Which game do you think can be the biggest upset this season? I think we're gonna surprise the Chiefs. I already did a whole video breakdown on why I feel like we can catch the Chiefs off guard and end up winning that game. Because the way Ryan, like, I forgot who it was. I think it was Pro Football Focus. I was listening to one of their podcasts or something. They brought up a good point. They were like, when it comes to the NFC East, you prefer Dak Prescott against a team like the Jaguars, but you prefer Ryan Fitzpatrick against a team like the Chiefs. Because Ryan Fitzpatrick can beat teams you shouldn't win against, but also lose the teams you have no business losing to, where Dak Prescott's pretty much going to just manage the game, and you beat who you should, you don't beat who you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like Ryan Fitzpatrick this year, we may beat a team like the Chiefs, and at the same time lose to the Falcons, which I really hope doesn't happen. Please, like, I can't get embarrassed in Atlanta, man. Because I may pull up to the game. I'm only like 10-15 minutes from the stadium, so... Which game do you think could be the biggest? Who would you rather have as your slot, Milne or Humphreys? As of right now, day one, of course, Humphreys, because we haven't exactly seen what Milne can do. But I wouldn't be surprised if Milne makes the roster over him. If Milne just shows enough to matter, to be able to play on Sundays, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes the roster over Humphreys, because they've already said that they view him as our future slot. I love Milne. I like Milne a lot. If you go look at Zach Wilson highlights, Milne is the one out there making diving catches. Like, a lot of those plays from Zach Wilson, the ball wasn't necessarily accurate. It was a crazy throw, but the ball wasn't exactly to the receiver's chest. It's Dax Milne laying out for those catches. And Dax Milne, he doesn't have a lot of return experience in college, but I think based on like what you see on tape and stuff like that, just with him after the catch, I think he could be a pretty decent returner. And Nate Kaxer already said that he likes him as a returner, as from what he's seen in camp so far. So I wouldn't be surprised if Milne makes it over Humphreys as our, starting returner and our starting slot. It just all depends on how much he progresses in training camp. If he's not ready, they're probably going to go with Humphreys, and Dax Milne will probably be in the practice squad. It's all up to Dax Milne. We already know what we're getting in Humphreys. It's kind of like Ryan Fitzpatrick and Taylor Heinicke. We already know what we're getting in Adam Humphries and Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's up to Dax Milne or Taylor Heinicke to outplay them and just show enough to where we can be like, all right, let's go ahead and move on to the younger guy, the guy with a higher ceiling. Do you prefer trading for Rodgers, Watson, or trade up in next draft for a top tier QB? You got to ask me that question in like November, because right now this QB class, I don't know. As much as I love Malik Willis, and like I said, I'm gonna talk the most trash, and I'm gonna act like he's the best quarterback to ever happen, because he's from Southwest Atlanta, Westlake High School, all that, just like Cam Newton. I'm not too sure about him yet. As biased as I'm gonna be when I'm watching games and when it comes to college football, when it comes to recruitment, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be completely objective when it comes to my burgundy and gold. And as of right now, I haven't seen enough from Malik Willis to be like, yeah, I'm willing to trade up for him. I hope, like in the future, like assuming that he's gonna do what I hope he does and he takes the necessary steps of development this upcoming season, I'm predicting that I want us to trade for him in the upcoming draft. But from what I've seen so far, if the draft were today, I wouldn't trade up for Malik Willis or anybody really. We went 7-9 with 4 QBs. Having consistent play at QB will help Scott's play calling. Exactly. And allow for offensive identity, which we didn't have last year. Exactly. And don't forget 2 tight end sets. We're going from Jeremy Sprinkle or Marcus Ball, Hammering Hemingway to John Bates. And I love John Bates, but even if you don't want to hear it from me, Chris Cooley and Zach Ertz have also given him the stamp of approval. So I think us finally having 2 tight ends, 2 dual threat tight ends for the first time in I don't know if ever, because that's what Jay Gruden used to complain about all of the time. We never had 2 dual threat tight ends. He couldn't run 2 tight end sets. This upcoming season is potentially the first time we can run 2 tight end sets in forever. Jordan Reed and Vernon Davis on the field, you know we're throwing the ball. Jeremy Sprinkle on the field, you know we're running the ball. We finally have 2 tight ends where you don't know if we're running or throwing. And again, Scott Turner, just like Jay Gruden, has wanted to run 2 tight end sets the entire time. Sadly, Jay Gruden never got that chance. Scott Turner will, though, and I'm excited. Yeah, I agree, but if the Browns don't do something big this year, then they're never gonna do anything. And I think they're building a nice roster. I feel like they'll have a lot of young talent. I mean, other than like Jadeveon Clowney and stuff like that. I think for the most part, they have relatively young talent. Kareem Hunt's still young. My boy Nick Chubb, you know what I'm saying? He's still young. Baker Mayfield's young. Dang, what's the guard? He's young as well. Can't remember his name right now. They're a really good guard that I wanted to draft too. I was sick when they took him. It was like 2-3 years ago in the draft or something like that. But yeah, I think they have a lot of young talent. I think they're going to be really good for a few years now. I think the league is definitely changing. I think us, the Browns, like a lot of the teams that were trash are going to be good in the future. It's going to be like you're going to look back 10 years from now and be amazed at who's good compared to who used to be good. Like I think the 2010s are going to look completely different than the 2020s. I think there's going to be a whole new era. This year's consistency should get us at least 3-4 more wins. I agree. I feel like he has Adam Thielen potential. I see that too. I like the Adam Thielen Dax Milne comp. Somebody brought that up a while ago, like months ago, and I was like, yeah, that's a good point. I think he can eventually be a Adam Thielen. Chubb, Hunt, Landry, Beckham. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, that Odell Beckham situation is a little weird though. Oh yeah, it's playoffs again for sure. Oh yeah, the Browns, yeah, they're going back. What are the chances Heineke gets a real shot to compete? I don't know, man. What's good, Javon? I really hope Ron Rivera is going to keep his word and make this an open QB battle. An open QB competition. Do not go into the training camp and Taylor Heineke's only working with the ones against the second team defense. Let this be a fair QB battle, because I do feel like, honestly, Taylor Heineke would win it if he does open it up like that. How about the Chiefs improvement? What's good, Try Hard Gaming? I don't think they improved as much as we did. And they're a really good team. I still think they're one of the best teams in the league. But I don't think they just had this huge improvement like us, the Browns, and the Patriots have had. The Chiefs improved. Oh, yeah. Oh, my fault. I just talked about that in the video, too. That completely slipped my mind. I was thinking defense when I thought Chiefs. Oh, yeah. They literally went from one of the worst O-lines. Well, in the Super Bowl. During the regular season, their O-line wasn't that bad, but by the time they reached Super Bowl, they had injuries everywhere. Now they potentially have the best offensive line in the NFL, at least starting-wise. I'm not sure about their depth, so yeah, that's my fault. Y'all are super right on that. Yeah, the Chiefs did. Yeah, their offensive line improvement was crazy. I would think it's like, I would say us, Browns, and Patriots are a tier in ourselves. I would say the Chiefs are second in their own tier, and then I think it's everybody else, I would probably say. I still don't think they're up there with us, though. Like, because everywhere. Browns, us, and the Patriots, literally top to bottom, everything. Then again, I mean, when you're the Chiefs and your quarterback is that good, where else can you improve? So, yeah, I can see that argument as well. Sims Jr., Cam, HG only can do his returns. Diami, he go take double team off of McLaurin. Yeah, I'm so excited, man. McLaurin's going to finally see one-on-one coverage. It's not fair. Rico, I missed you, my boy. How you been feeling? What's good, Captain? Bro, just been really busy, man. We finally got a fence, so I'm excited. We just got a fence and all of that, so I just been really busy with a whole bunch of stuff. Chiefs offense versus Washington defense. That's what I'm saying. I did a whole video breaking it down, man, because that's going to be one of the most fun matchups. That's essentially the best offense in the NFL versus the best defense in the NFL. And I'm really excited to see how that turns out. I'm going back and forth today because I'm grilling. You grilling? Boy, that boy Rich sound about 30. I think Curtis Samuel will be fine by training camp. I do too. I don't think the injury's that bad. I think it's just a little nagging injury. It's not long term. My biggest goal for this season is to sweep the division, especially the Cowboys. Yes, sir. It was good, Kevin Malone. Terrence Johnson was good. Could the wide receivers come down to who were Ron Rivera's guys? I think AGG would make it over Kelvin. That's what I was saying too. I prefer Kelvin Harmon, but I wouldn't be surprised if AGG makes it over Kelvin Harmon because Rivera drafted him. Young would run through, but then again, you never know. Maybe he was a Kyle Smith guy. Never know. I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting. We'll see though. Young would run through Schwartz any day. Bro, Kamar gives me Chris Johnson vibes. What you talking about as far as what? If we keep 7 wide receivers, the group my favorite. If we keep 7 wide receivers, my favorite makeup group is. Oh, you about to list it right now? Malik Willis from Liberty to QB I want. Same here. That's my favorite right now. But again, I'm biased. I'm going to keep openly letting y'all know. I'm going to keep it a thou out with y'all. I'm completely biased when it comes to Malik Willis. First of all, he's the closest thing to Trey Lance. And y'all already know Trey Lance last year was my favorite QB in the draft. And then Malik Willis, you know, Southwest Atlanta, all of that. Westlake High School, you know, Campbellton Road, all of that. Zone 4, all of that. So, like, I'm the SWATs, all of that. Like Malik Willis, Cam Newton, all of that. Adam Pac-Man Jones, I root heavy for all of them. Because they're from the area, same high school, everything. I hope Malik Willis balls out, but not enough to be a number 1 draft pick. I want this draft stock to be around 10-15 range so we can trade up. Ain't no way we trading up to 1 or 5. Yeah, I highly doubt we trade up to 1 or 5. We've already seen we weren't willing to trade up to 11. It didn't even cost that much, in my opinion, to get Justin Fields if we really wanted him. So I'm not confident in us trading up to 1 through 5, no matter who it is. It could be the next coming of it could be Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning and Michael Vick combined. We may not trade up to 1 through 5 from what I've seen from this team. Jaguars got their first female QB. I hate them. Okay, there goes your list. Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, De'Ami, Cam Sims, AGG, Kelvin Harmon, and Dax Milne. I can see that. Rico, what should be our plan moving forward at the QB position for the future? Y'all know me, man. I was team trade up for Lance and Fields, so like that should tell you everything how I feel about it. I don't know about trading for Watson or Rodgers because probably I don't know. All of those situations are weird. Aaron Rodgers is getting old. Deshaun Watson may never play in the league again, and his contract is crazy. So I don't know. And then, like I said earlier, with these quarterbacks and currently in college this upcoming season, I got to see something from everybody. Even my boy Malik Willis, I got to see something. I haven't seen enough from anybody. Sam Howell, Ritter, Rattler, Matt Corral, Malik Willis, nobody. So we'll see. This upcoming season is gonna say a lot. Record, because honest, like I said last year, Trey Lance 2020 summer looked better than all of these quarterbacks that are coming out this next draft in this 2021 summer. Like he just did. Like him after 1 year looks better than all of these other guys after 1 year. So I'm not entirely too confident in anybody yet, but they're gonna play an extra year compared to Trey Lance, so they may be better than Trey Lance by the time the draft comes around. But as of right now, what I saw from Trey Lance 2 years ago compared to what I've seen from all of these guys last year, I still like Trey Lance more than all of them. So they got to show me something. I think the potential is there. I think a lot of them, I think maybe potentially 2 or 3 of them ends up potentially being better than Trey Lance by the time the draft comes around. But as of right now, like that's why I wanted to trade up for Lance or Fields, because as much as I like Malik Willis and all of these other guys, I just haven't seen enough yet. It's annoying how EA got a monopoly on football games. If we actually had a fun football game. Yeah, bro, you need somebody else to come out and make a football game, be on their heels so they could actually put out a better product. I'm so glad I don't care about sports games, so I don't have to deal with that headache. Samuel's groin injury has kept him out of mandatory minicamp, OTAs. Still working on getting back in practice. McLaurin says speaking on Samuels, hopes he'll be ready, so Samuels may not be 100%. I think it was more so a precautionary thing, and I think like if we had to play a game this week, Samuels will be ready to play. What's up, Rico? To all my StreetScores fam, happy Father's Day, like my partner Big Simple says. We live. What's good, Hawk? Happy Father's Day, everybody. Where is Big Simple at? I want to shout out to my boy Big Simple. DC was good. DC Bay 12th man was good. So if the Ryan Fitzpatrick kills it this year, we win double-digit games, go deep in the playoffs, do you re-up Ryan Fitzpatrick for more than 2 years? Nah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I saw something recently. I think it was yesterday. Ron Rivera said something to the extent of Ryan Fitzpatrick could be a slightly long-term option. I don't know. It was some way it was worded. Oh yeah, thank you, Gregory Wyatt Teller. Thank you. I don't know. I super don't know. I don't think Ryan Fitzpatrick has too much left in him. We'll see though. I think Seals Jones could be that guy if he stays out of trouble. Yeah, we'll see about that. He may be. I think he's tight end 3 right now behind John Bates, and Sammis Reyes got to do some catching up to do. Even though Sammis Reyes is further ahead in his development than I thought he would be, but he's still not there yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm optimistic because he's better than I thought he would be by today. Like as of the last time I saw him in mandatory minicamps, he's further ahead than I thought he would have been by the end of mandatory minicamps, but he's still not where he needs to be. He's still 4th, maybe even 5th on the list out of the tight ends, but he could definitely work his way up. Hope we can extend Jonathan Allen soon. He said he'd like to get a contract done before training camp. Still got about 40 days. Wyatt Tellier, thank you. I see Thielen and Milne. I agree. Same tight end lineup: Logan, Seals, Bates. Yep, that's how. If we were to play a game right now and we could only keep 3 tight ends, it'd be Logan Thomas, John Bates, wide receiver 1. Tight end 1 and 2, and Seals Jones the 3rd as our receiving tight end. De'Ami Brown, kind of like how J.D. McKissic is the 3rd down back. That's kind of how Ricky Seals Jones is in the tight end group, where he's mostly a receiver. You don't expect him to really block that much, just like you don't expect J.D. McKissic to really run much. The real tight ends are John Bates and Logan Thomas right now. De'Ami Brown will have to pick up the slack. We'll cross your fingers. I think De'Ami Brown's going to ball out. It's going to be between Reyes and Seals Jones for the 3rd tight end spot. Yep. What's good, Tony the Italian? I couldn't finish that. Hey, Rico, is Sean Dion Hamilton still? No, he's not, man. I miss my boy, too. I was really excited about his potential, man. New York Smurfs improved this offseason as well. Don't forget them. Yeah, they got better. I don't think they got as, I don't think they improved as much as we did. Like, if there was some way to measure it, like if you could do like a point system, I think us, the Browns, and the Patriots gained the most points. I think the Giants did improve quite a bit, but I don't think they improved as much as we did. Definitely not enough to dethrone us for the NFC's title. I think we were the best team last year, and I think we got even better this year. And I think, if anything, our gap got a little bit wider. But we'll see, though. What's good, Winter Nation? Giants fans saying Bradbury locked up McLaurin. They really think that? That's an interesting video. Hold on, let me go look. Let me look at that. Hold on. Let me take a look at that. Let me write that one down right there, because that might have to be a film session. Yeah, we might have to do a debunk film session series. Let's debunk a myth. Like let me see. Debunk myth film sessions. Like, for example, Montez doesn't get double teamed. Terry versus Bradbury. It's a lot of myths we gotta debunk out here, y'all. Because Montez Sweat does get double teamed a lot. Actually at a rate close to, I think sometimes, some games even more than Chase Young, due to overhead grilling. Yeah, boy, that boy Rich about 30 over there. 2019 Chiefs offense versus 2020 Steelers defense. I like that. I think our defense is going to be ridiculous this year, though. I think we're literally going to be number 1. I want Dak to eat grass, make him pay for staying with Dallas. He's trying to get his money, man. I'm trying to see a shutout this year. Who do you think we can skunk this year? Let me pull up the schedule. Take a look at some promising candidates right here. Washington. Why every time I restart my computer they change my default search engine from Google to Yahoo? They must not want me to find anything. They don't want me to find not a thing. All right, Yahoo, come through in the clutch, man. Stop showing me the ad links. See, this is what I'm talking about with Yahoo right here, bro. All of this is ads. All of that was ads. Now we just got to the first link. All right, let's go. All right, that's preseason. All right, so did it just scroll again? Let me see. Giants, Bills. Nah, that's dead. All of that's dead. Nah, I don't think we shutting down anybody. Maybe the Eagles. Our best bet for potentially shutting out somebody are the Eagles. Because even like the Falcons, who I feel like are probably going to be one of our easiest games overall because their defense is so bad, you're not shutting out Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, and Kyle Pitts. And Mike Davis, like, you're not shutting, like, that's not being held to 0 points. Skunk maybe, but I don't know. Washington's that good on paper right now. They have potential, but I have to see Leno, who's going to be on the right side. What's good, Rodney? I have no faith in Leno. He got pushed around like he was 100 pounds. We got to see. Mahon Cosme, though. Oh, first of all, we got a donation. I'm going to catch back up to the comments. I'm going to scroll back up. But we got a donation in the building. My boy Brian, appreciate that. Critical hit, appreciate that big time, appreciate that. We're gonna give him another horn for that one, appreciate that. Where we at? I want Dak to eat. Okay, I read that. I'm not that far behind, I'm straight. What's good, Malk? What's good? It's too early, but from what I see, this year's QB class is super deep. I hope so. No check, because our team is built to win a Super Bowl. It's just the quarterback spot. It's all dependent on the quarterback spot to me. I mean, we'll see about the offensive line as well, but I think everything else is locked and loaded and good enough to win a Super Bowl easily, especially this defense. No chance the Chiefs can sack Fitz, release too fast, who reminds of another quarterback, Dan Marino. He had the quickest release I ever saw. It was good, Jaden. Yeah, I mean, like, I just did a video breaking down why we're going to be so unblitzable. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun, man. I can't wait for this season. It's a pick your poison with this offense this year. I feel like our offensive line has gotten weaker after Moses release. Maybe the starting lineup overall, but I think our depth is still great. And I think our depth is way better than last year. Rico, how you feel about Morgan Moses as a player? I like Morgan Moses. I was sad when we released him. I was sad. I felt like keep Morgan Moses. He doesn't cost that much. And let Samuel Cosme develop. And when in doubt, Cornelius Lucas is your swing tackle. So I don't know. I like Morgan Moses relatively. Especially now that they call less holdings. Last year, I think, was like a record set for the least amount of holding calls in NFL history or something like that. Like, reps just don't call holdings like that anymore. So now that Morgan Moses can't be called for holding as much as he used to be, he's actually not a bad tackle. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty straight. I like him. The Cowboys will regularly choke. The Eagles are boogers. That's why their jerseys are green. And if Danny donations is Danny donations, then we sweep the division. Dang, 50-0? Okay. I'm asking for a reason. What's up, people? What's good, Chris Brooks? Happy Father's Day. Did you see Chris Harris mic'd up video? St. Juice was cooking Diami. Yeah, I saw that where Chris Harris was running around. Like, I like to talk. Give me a reason to talk. I like that. And then Chase Young was talking about, I like that guy. Yeah, I think Benjamin St. Juice really has like a certain momentum to him where it's not like just hype. I think it's real. I think the Benjamin St. Juice hype is pretty real. Yeah, they were just looking at QB, I think from LSU or Colorado, so they are already looking at QB. Oh, bet. I hope so. Yeah, in reference to Rivera and Fitzpatrick, it was something to the fact that Tom Brady is still doing it at older age, so maybe Fitzpatrick could do the same. So that was the logic behind it. Oh, that doesn't sound like too much confidence in him doing it at all. Okay, he was just giving him a weird compliment. Okay, appreciate that, Chris. I remember on draft day, I was saying I was really high on Diami, and you were hesitant, but film changed your mind. Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of film on him yet. From the little bit I saw, I was like, I mean, cool. But then when I really went and looked at his film for real and then saw like those advanced statistics about him never dropping a contested catch in over 2 years and things like that, I love Diami. But again, like sometimes I make the mistake of watching film. I need to isolate players and put them into what they would look like on our offense or our defense. Like, for example, like Bobby McCain on a defense with a bad defensive line. You know, he's not necessarily an elite safety. He might be straight. He's probably going to get beat a couple of times. But when you watch Bobby McCain film, you got to look at it in the aspect of, in the lens of this defensive line is the best in football. They're going to get pressure within 2 seconds almost consistently. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to make his job way easier. Same thing with William Jackson, lockdown corner. But if he's behind a bad defensive line, he's going to have to cover people for five or more seconds every play. It's not going to look the same. So I think I made the mistake of not doing that with Diami and looking at it as far as like, okay, Terry McLaurin's going to be on this side, Curtis Samuel's going to be on that side, Antonio Gibson's going to be in the backfield. So you can't double him. You can't keep a safety help over him. He's just going to be him one-on-one versus other people. And yeah, I love Diami after thinking about it like that. Take care, everybody. Got to finish this paper piece. All right, Jaden. Where should Diami come? I'm thinking a lot of people were saying Terry McLaurin. Some people were saying Stephon Diggs. I kind of see it. Like, I think I'm thinking like a slightly less fast Terry McLaurin, which is still really good, but I mean, the speed that Terry McLaurin has, you can't make that up. Like, you can't teach that. So I think Dyami Brown's gonna basically not even diet Terry McLaurin, because I don't think it's gonna be that much of a drop off. But I think he's not gonna be as good as Terry McLaurin, but that's still good. I think Dyami has top 30 receiver potential easily. I think Terry McLaurin's gonna be a top 10. I think Dyami Brown's gonna be a top 30. Maybe balls out as top 20. Always keeping it 100. Appreciate you, young man. Appreciate that, DC Bay. Appreciate that. Back-to-back NFC East championships. Oh yeah, I see that. St. Juice comp. I really don't know, man. It's really weird to see somebody that long, that tall, and then that agile. But then he's not like a freak athlete. Like, he's not super fast. So he's not a Jalen Ramsey where he's super fast, super agile, and long. He's like, he doesn't have the speed, but he has the agility, and he's really smart. He's smarter than I thought he was based off of what he's done so far in off-season workouts. He's definitely further ahead IQ-wise and awareness and mental processing than I thought he would be. So, like, I don't know. I don't really have a comp for him. I probably got to reach deep in my bag to find a comp, like some guy from like the 90s or something. Because I don't know, somebody that with that much length and that agile, but he doesn't have the super speed. I don't know. 2 Terrys on the field at once. Hey, man, might be cooking something. Man-to-man version of Richard Sherman. I can see that. That's interesting. I think he's more agile than Richard Sherman, though. I'm a big fan. I feel like Taylor should be getting more love for his performance last year under pressure. What are your thoughts about having him break out this year? Like I said, man, I think honestly, if Ron Rivera honestly makes this an open quarterback competition, and like he's like truthful about the fact that he's gonna give everybody a chance to win the QB battle, and not just go into training camp assuming that Ryan Fitzpatrick's gonna be number 1, I think Taylor Heinicke can win this QB battle and start week 1, honestly. And I think no matter what, I think Taylor Heinicke is going to start a game at some point this season no matter what. I think that's just inevitable. Another myth is Slay locked up McLaurin and that McLaurin doesn't get doubled a lot. Oh yeah, that's a troll. Like, you got to be trolling with that. Whoever said that's trolling. Morgan Moses went to the Jets. I heard they were working on a contract, but I didn't see if they finalized it yet. What's good, Webbo? What's good? I still don't like Dyami that much. You got to show me. I understand that. Dyami was kind of playing Eric Coryell, and it was even said that would be the best offense for him. Yeah, again, like when I was watching his film, I didn't think of him in the lens of what he would look like in this offense. I was just looking at him on the surface, what he did in North Carolina. And then when I went back and like watched this film like more in depth, and then was looking at looking at his film as far as like, okay, so when he does this, Terry McLaurin's gonna be on this side. He's gonna have Ryan Fitzpatrick and Taylor Heinicke throwing on the ball. He's gonna have Curtis Samuel over there. He's gonna have Antonio Gibson over here. He's gonna have Scott Turner calling the plays. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt in a lot of ways while watching his film with just the situation he's going to. Dyami Shav improved on his route running tremendously in order to beat McLaurin and Diggs. But that's the thing, though, because it's not even like he can't run every route. We just haven't really seen it because he was so dominant at one. Just run the 9 route. He was so unstoppable there. They were like, don't run anything else. Why would we tell you to run a slant when you can beat a guy on a 9 route and get more yards? And just like Chris Sims brought up when he was talking about Dyami Brown, you can tell by what he does with the ball in his hands, with his footwork and everything, his agility, his speed, his acceleration. Like, you can project that he's going to be a really good route runner because what he does with the ball in his hands. Just basically imagine the ball isn't in his hands, and the way he moves his feet, you can easily see him using that same technique with the ball in his hands, without the ball in his hands, to get open. And so when you look, you got to use a whole lot of lenses to look at Dyami Brown and project him to be as good as I think he'll be. Benjamin St. Juste comes in with the swagger. Yeah, I didn't know he had that either. Dyami Brown has an attitude that I didn't know he had either. Like that play where he was being covered by AJ Terrell, Westlake's. Yeah, I don't even want to claim him. But I mean, first round corner for the Falcons. I don't think he was worthy of a first round pick, but he went in the first. Pre-snap, he noticed there was one-on-one with him, no safety help. He literally told the quarterback, don't even look at anybody else, throw me the ball, and then he proceeded to beat him deep for a touchdown. Like what kind of mess is that? What kind of ad? Like, I love that. Like, that's some of that Pierre Garçon. We haven't had it since Pierre Garçon has left. Like, some of that super heavy trash talking confidence. And that's what made me fall in love with Dyami. St. Juste is Richard Sherman and James Bradbury. Dyami seemed like a D-Jax cop comp if you go by his numbers from school. I've seen people say that as well. People are comparing St. Juice to Akilla Witherspoon. Why is that name slipping me right now? Why don't you like Diami? Currently, Diami comp is Nelson Aguilar. I hope not. Maybe Aguilar and the Raiders, maybe. I was asking because Morgan Moses gets Charles Leno on the left. He gets as many offensive holding calls. Morgan Moses false starts. Yeah, I mean, I don't love Charles Leno. I mean, I note that he was a 2018 Pro Bowler, but he was an alternate, first of all. And then like he had an off year the year afterwards, and he kind of bounced back last year. But yeah, it's not like Charles Leno is coming here to save the day. I just like the fact that we have another capable body. I don't think Charles Leno is just coming in here being Trent Williams at all. I just like the fact that we have guys that we know at the very least can go out there and handle. Ooh, I got hiccups. And handle their own. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting him to do great things. I'm just expecting him to do the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? I just like adding more people like that. That's why I still wanted to keep Morgan Moses. I mean, Morgan Moses, you know what you're getting out of him. It's going to be good. May not be great, but it's going to be at least good. At the very least, you can depend on Morgan Moses. First of all, to play 16 games a season. But that's also what Charles Leno brings. Charles Leno doesn't miss games, just like Morgan Moses doesn't miss games, even through injury. And I would have preferred to have both of them, but right now we only have one. All Diami Rant really needs to improve is his route running. Yeah, we got to see about that route running for real, though. Again, my point is I think he's very much capable. I don't think, like, a lot of times you see receivers in college, they can't run routes. Like, they try and it's bad. We don't even really see De'Ami Brown try it because, again, he was so dominant at just run and go routes while telling him to run anything else. But I think once he actually starts to run other routes, it'll be just like DK Metcalf. People kept thinking DK Metcalf couldn't run slants. He couldn't run all of this other stuff because he didn't do it much in college. And then now you see him, he can easily. He's breaking people off, getting wide open, getting separation. Because you got to watch film with a lens. You know what I'm saying? With certain lenses. You got to look at, okay, this is what he does with the ball in his hands. Route running is just basically moving like how they move with after the catch, but before the catch with the ball not in their hands. And he can move like this with the ball in his hands. He should be able to move like that with the ball not in his hands yet. And he should be able to get open. But we'll see though. We have a few nice bridge QBs. We should stick to the plan. Next year we should not look at QB in the draft. Use our first round pick. I mean, you already know I disagree, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the move that we go with. And I mean, I wouldn't be too mad, but I definitely want my quarterback of the future. I'm captain of the we need a franchise quarterback to win the Super Bowl. I'm straight captain. Like I don't care how great our team is without a quarterback. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. We may win a division, but y'all already know how I feel, man. I don't care about winning the division. It's a Super Bowl or bust for me every year. Even after the year we only had 2 wins. If it's not a Super Bowl, I don't really care. That's just how I am, though. I just hope we shore up the run defense to cut down on the yak. That's the only way we will be the best defense in the NFL. Yeah, we do got to stop the run better. But I think we will. Now that we have a William Jackson who can pretty much shut down a half of the field himself, we're gonna have more resources. So we're gonna have more players and resources that we can allocate to stopping the run. Because last year we were running nickel and dime so much because we couldn't stop the pass that well. Because we have Ronald Darby and Kendall Fuller on the outside, and we didn't have a true free safety. Now that we finally have a true free safety and William Jackson, Kendall Fuller is our second best corner at the best at best case scenario. I mean, at worst case scenario, Kendall Fuller is going from our best corner to, I mean, at worst our second. At best our second. With Benjamin St. Juice may be able to demote Kendall Fuller to the slot. That's the ideal situation. So like now we can trust guys to go out there and man cover one-on-one, and we can send the rest of our defense, linebackers and all, to stop the run. I got the Hawks because of my dog Trae Young. I've been watching him since high school. I mean, again, I'm not even a Hawks fan, but it's just city versus city at this point. Now that like all the rappers like Meek Mill is betting like Lil Baby, Gilly the Kid is talking trash to the Migos, it's turned into a city versus city thing, just like the Knicks series. All them New Yorkers were, you know, and it's friendly trash talking, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing hostile. So I don't hate the Knicks, I don't hate Philly, and again, I don't really even like the Hawks like that, but at this point it's Atlanta versus Philly, just like it was Atlanta versus New York. At least on the internet wise, talking trash wise. So I'm rooting for the Hawks. Again, I'm not really a Hawks fan, but I like seeing Atlanta happy, except for when it comes to the Falcons. Like I hope the Falcons go 0-17 every year. But all the other teams, like I'm not a Braves fan, but you know, it's nice when they do well, the city's happy. Same thing with Atlanta United and things like that. Same thing with the Hawks. I don't have any beef towards the Hawks. And again, it's city versus city. And Gilly the Kid, Meek Mill over there, all of them talking trash. You know what I'm saying? So I need Migos, Lil Baby, all of them, Gucci Mane, 2 Chainz, Young Thug, and all of them to have something to be happy about. I got the Hawks because of my, I know this ain't football related, but that KD shot was something else. Straight PG County talent. We produce some of the best athletes. Nah, PG County, if we're talking about like a per person, y'all got it basketball. Like, it's literally, like, the fact that, like, it's literally like Cali, Florida, and like in PG County, Maryland. You can say just say the whole DMV in general. The fact that y'all are way smaller than all of those other places and y'all are right up there with them is ridiculous, especially in basketball. Football is a different story because it's kind of not fair, even though y'all still go crazy in football. Y'all still go crazy. But basketball, y'all got it. Like, it's no argument. If we're talking about per person, like talent per capita, y'all got it easily basketball wise. Cause y'all are competing with California that's taking up almost a whole coast by themselves. Florida's huge. You know, I think Jacksonville is the biggest city in America as far as like population and land mass and things. No, it's definitely land mass, maybe not population, because of New York and LA. And they're just one of like 6 major cities in that one state. And y'all still neck and neck with them in talent as far as basketball goes. It's crazy. Like, y'all got it. When it comes to basketball, DMV got it, bro. There's no argument for that at all. When it comes to football, it becomes more Florida, Texas, Georgia, Alabama, California, Louisiana. And then y'all still go crazy there too, but it's just like you can't really compete against like those states. Those states just don't play about that. Like, we care about football. Like, Georgia doesn't really care about basketball. I mean, Anthony Edwards is the prime example of Atlanta. Man is a basketball player. First team, all rookie. Don't care nothing about basketball. Man said he don't even watch basketball in his free time. He only watches enough basketball to like film study and to know what his opponent's gonna do and things like that. But you'll never catch Anthony Edwards watching basketball on a Wednesday night. Like, and that's just, he's so Atlanta. We're all football. I feel like if we cared about basketball enough, we would be dominant in basketball too. But we just don't. Like, we just don't. Like, y'all have great natural talent and y'all develop it in basketball. Like, y'all have all of these leagues. Y'all have all of these basketball centers. We don't really have that. We don't really have too many places we can play basketball like y'all do. Especially inside. Y'all got inside courts. Like, it's not even fair. So y'all got the natural, like, ridiculous talent, like a lot of the southern states, but then y'all also, like, really harp on it and cultivate y'all talent like New York. Y'all are like the perfect combination of New York effort with southern talent. Y'all are like the perfect, that's why y'all are literally the basketball capital, like, of America, probably the world, really. Especially per person wise. Because again, the South, we have the talent, but we don't really like cultivate it. We don't have all of the programs y'all have. We don't have the gyms. We don't have the courts. We don't have the leagues and things like that like y'all do. We definitely don't. New York has all of that, but they don't have the talent y'all have. So y'all are like the perfect combination of talent and effort and coaching and practice and fundamentals. Georgia bottom 5 in football. Wait, what? Unanimous all first team rookie. Ant, that my boy low-key got robbed. Yeah, I was sad. But again, I'm biased. I don't know. I personally do objectively feel like Anthony Edwards should have won just because he played literally every game. That man is as durable as it gets. Every part of the real DMV got hoopers. MoCo, DCPG, even the Virginia part, they go crazy. Even the 757, not DMV, go crazy. They got AI. Yeah, man, Virginia got Mike Vick, AI. Like godly, man. Them Georgia boys built different, eating that cornbread, straight natural athlete. Yeah, man. Man, we just care about football, man. Like, we just don't really care about any other sport like that, man. Like, honestly, it was at a certain point in high school, if you weren't playing football or basketball, it was kind of like, you're not necessarily getting laughed at, but like people looking at you funny. Like, you play baseball, you play golf, you play. And don't get me started on, I didn't even really know what lacrosse was till I went to college. Like, I really never even heard of it. Like, nobody, we don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't exist to us. You play soccer? Like, it's either football or basketball. LaMelo deserved it. I mean, I can see arguments both ways. LaMelo was better season-wise, like overall season-wise. But after the All-Star break, Anthony Edwards was a better player. Like if it was a after the All-Star break award, Anthony Edwards got it easily. But if we're talking about, well, first of all, and then that's not really fair because Anthony Edwards, like the coach just didn't want to play him like Anthony Edwards didn't play in fourth quarters until the first coach got fired. So that's why LaMelo's stats look better. And plus, I mean, I can admit Anthony Edwards was chucking too because his shooting percentage was pretty poor. But after that All-Star break, Anthony Edwards was easily better, in my opinion. And he's more durable. Like I said, your best ability is availability. And I can depend on Anthony Edwards to give me 82 games. I'm not dependent on LaMelo to do so. Even though a lot of LaMelo's injuries were random, it wasn't like a nagging injury, like he got hurt in his leg, and now he's trying to make up for it. He hurt his other leg. I think it was like a finger, so it was like really random. So I'm not going to necessarily call LaMelo injury prone. But Anthony Edwards is built like a running back. He's built like a linebacker. Like, I don't expect him to really get hurt. Like, one game he got hurt, he came back like 2 minutes later. It was a crazy fall. Looked like he hurt his leg. I feel like most people, especially if it was like Kyrie or something, they would have been out. You're right. We do need a franchise, but I do not care if we put Jesus in at QB. If he does not have the time to throw, we would not get a Super Bowl. It's pretty, but build the O-line. We won with the Hogs. I mean, and I see your point. I agree with some of it. I see what you're saying. But I just feel like quarterback matters more now than it ever did. Like, even back when we were winning games in the 80s, like, quarterback just matters more now. Like, not even just, like, as far as talent, but even, like, the rules. Like, the rules are catered towards more points. More points, more views, more money for the NFL. That's why defenses are always at a disadvantage. Receivers are supposed to beat corners. Running backs are supposed to beat linebackers. Offensive line is supposed to beat defensive linemen. Like, the league is literally built on offense to outperform defense. Like, it's literally just by the rules, not even just talent. So it's just like, if you have the best player on the field and the most impactful player, you just have a better chance. But I do agree, we need to figure out offensive line. I think we have a lot of offensive line talent. We'll see what they look like this year. Maryland got lacrosse on lock. See, yeah, I don't really know much about lacrosse. I don't know. I literally didn't really even know that sport existed till I went to New York. Because I went from Atlanta, one of the most closed-minded cities in America, to New York, easily the most open-minded. So, of course, like, people were out there actually played lacrosse. Like, I had friends that actually knew what lacrosse was and played it. I'd never heard of lacrosse till I went to New York. I'd never met a Dominican in my life until I went to New York. I never met a true Haitian or Jamaican that actually speaks patois and Creole till I went to New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, Atlanta is just a closed off dome to the rest of the world. It's like everything we do makes it out, but nothing anybody else does makes it in. That's the best way to describe Atlanta. Like, all the trends, lingo, music, all of that makes it out. Nothing anybody else does makes it in. You can be born in, your parents can be Jamaican, but you're gonna sound like Young Thug, Anthony Edwards, 21 Savage. You can be straight Jamaican, but if you grow up in Atlanta, you're not gonna speak patois. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not like New York where people actually hold on to their culture. I didn't know Terry was from Indianapolis. Yeah, I remember that because he's from close to where they hold the combine. I remember him saying something like that. Somehow number 1, Spencer Rattler number 2, Malik Willis number 3, Desmond Ridder number 4, Keaton Slovis number 5. Where you got Matt Corral in there? You got Matt Corral 6th. The trenches are not how you win out of Hogs were 40 years ago. Yeah, and that's enough. It's kind of Stone Agey. Like, the trenches matter, but at the end of the day, like, the Cowboys had the best offensive line in football for like 2-3 years straight, and it's not even debatable. At least top 3 every year for 3 years straight, and I don't even think they won. Did they even win a playoff game? Like, I mean, the trenches do matter, but it's just like, if the quarterback and if the rest of the team isn't ready, you know what I'm saying? The greatest people from Indiana are Michael Jackson and Terry McLaurin. I like that. Prince is from Minnesota, from somewhere in the Midwest. There are 24 NBA players from Georgia in the NBA. In 2004, the Atlanta Celtics AAU team had 4 NBA players. Basketball is nice in ATL. I mean, again, it's the talent, but it's few and far in between. Like, we don't dominate basketball like we dominate football, and again, it's because people just don't care about basketball as much as they care about football out here. People care. It's number 2. It's football, gap, basketball, gap, everything else here. And you're going to get basketball. I mean, like Anthony Edwards. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get good basketball players. But at the end of the day, people want to be rappers. People want to do everything but play. People want to play football or be a rapper. or in the streets or whatever, and it just basketball comes fourth, and then everything else comes fifth and later after that. Oh, first of all, appreciate the donation. Appreciate the donation. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, again, we have talent. It's just like getting people to care. I'm pretty sure if we had the same facilities and coaches and things like the DMV and New York has, we would have way more talent. We're not trying to cultivate basketball talent in Atlanta like y'all are in Maryland, like they are in New York, like they are in Cali, where they have all of these gyms, all of these programs. First of all, free. Y'all have free inside courts y'all can go ball at. Like, you know how crazy that is here? To just walk up into a court with AC and not have to pay $10 to get in? Or not to be a part of some program. You can just go there whenever you feel like it. Like, we don't know what that feels like down here. But we got all the football fields. You can go on any grass field. We got all of them. We got all the studios for anybody that wants to be a rapper. We got all of them. I think a lot of teams miss the importance of D-line and O-line. Andrew Luck, no O-line. Yeah, but his O-line was literally like one of the worst in NFL history. But yeah, I agree. But that was like a different situation. Like, that's on the whole other side of the spectrum. We're nowhere near that. Our offensive line is easily better than what Andrew Luck had to deal with. Trenches are important though, ask Chiefs fans. Yeah, I mean, but those were injuries too. That wasn't even talent. So that's why depth matters. That's why I'm happy that we have so much depth now. What's good, Michael? What's good? Yeah, I have Matt Corral 6th. Okay, bet. Trenches are definitely important and need to win, but it's not a QB. Has it throwing QBs out too soon without having proper protection. Look at the Chiefs did with their O-line. I mean, but again, that wasn't even really the Chiefs' fault. They had injuries. That if the Chiefs' entire O-line was healthy, they win the Super Bowl, in my opinion. I firmly believe that. So it wasn't even like roster construction. It was just injuries, and injuries just happen. Like, that's just freak accidents. Nothing you can really do about that. They should have built up depth like we're doing. That's their fault. But like, I wouldn't say the Chiefs' O-line last year was bad. It was bad in the Super Bowl, but not the entire year. He said Atlanta be cultivating strippers. Top 5 QBs I would want for Washington: Spencer Rattler, somehow Malik Willis for. Okay, so your order's a little bit different for who you would want for this team than your actual top 5. I respect that. I like that. Who's the biggest troll you've ever come across on the streams? I don't even know. I have a really bad memory. I don't think y'all understand how bad my memory is. So I probably, like, if somebody would have come, I don't know. Everybody call your dads for Father's Day. Hey, Rico, what are your thoughts on TJ Daniels? I saw 22-2 mock draft where they had his draft. I'm not that high on him. I don't even have him in my top 6. I like Sam Howell, Malik Willis, Spencer Rattler, Desmond Ridder, Matt Corral, all of them more than Daniels. JT Daniels, you mean. But like, I don't know. I love him because I'm just happy to finally not have Jake Fromm. Anything is better than Jake Fromm and Stetson Bennett or whatever. But I don't think he's any of those other guys. Like, I love him for Georgia. Like, I even like Jamie Newman for Georgia because anything better than Jake Fromm. But I don't like him for burgundy and gold, if you see what I'm saying. Like, for my Georgia Bulldogs, I'm happy. Anything's better than Jake Fromm. But I don't like JT Daniels for my burgundy and gold. I don't like him enough for that. And at least yet. We'll see. Cowboys line blocks for Emmett and they won a few Super Bowls. I live in DC, grew up here, so I'm a true homer. That's what's up. When they had Travis Frederick and prime Zeke, the Cowboys won like 13-3. Trenches matter, but I'd rather much prime Mahomes over prime Zeke with the best line in the league. Basically, yeah, that's basically my exact point. I prefer quarterback over offensive line. But, I mean, of course, we all agree we prefer both. It's a QB league. Yeah, I mean, again, it's even the rules. It's not even just talent. It's not even just error, like, talent-wise. It's literally the rules. The rules are set up for receivers to beat corners. It's set up for quarterbacks to beat safeties. It's set up for running backs to beat linebackers. It's set up for the offensive line to beat the defensive line. Literally the way the rules are built. More points equals more views, more excitement, which equals more money for the league. They literally built it to where the defense is always at a disadvantage. So, like, having the best defense in the league matters. It's fun. It's great. But the best offense in the league is always going to beat the best defense in the league because the rules literally force it to be that way. In the 80s, defense could beat offense. Now, offense always beats defense, like 9 times out of 10. How do you like Kedon Slovis? I haven't really checked him out yet. I've read a little bit on him and like the traits he has and what he's good at, what he's bad at. He sounds interesting, but I haven't watched him myself personally. My boy Daily Grind pulled back up with a donation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good, Daily Grind? I'm afraid that our offense will be elite and Fitz will be the reason we are held back. I'm just hoping we have a better season than the Cowgirls. Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty realistic. I think our team, literally, other than quarterback, is ready to go. I think we're Super Bowl bound. Because, again, like I was even saying before the draft, even before free agency, if you compare our team to the teams in the playoffs last year, what are they honestly better than us in every way except for quarterback? Like, especially with how good our receiving core is, how elite our secondary may potentially be. You added Jamin Davis to the linebacker group. Our offensive line is crazy depth. It may not be better starting wise, but it has much better depth. And like I said in the beginning of the stream, like I've been saying in recent videos, I feel like this NFL season is going to be just like this NBA playoffs. It's not going to be who's best by the end of the season. It's going to be who's the healthiest. And with this 17-game season and with this being our first full off season in 2 years, I think a lot of people are going to get hurt, and it's going to come to who has the most depth. And I feel like we built up a lot of depth. We went from our wide receiver group being potentially one of the worst in the NFL to potentially, I mean, you could probably argue it's top 10, just at least depth wise. Super competition there. Our offensive line may have taken a slight step back in starting talent, but depth wise we took a huge step forward. Our secondary is just starting wise and depth wise way better. I feel like the defensive line got better depth wise. I feel like our linebacker group got better starting and depth wise. I just don't like I just see us being just straight up better, period. And I think by the end of the season, when guys are getting hurt left and right on every team, I think we're going to be the last man standing, at least one of them. What's your favorite moment in football? Trucks, hurdles, juke, hit sticks. That's easy. At basketball, I like when people fall and dunks easily, and I may have to pick dunks over somebody falling. It depends on how somebody falls though. Like Paul Pierce with Jameer Nelson, that's more funny to me than any dunk. But I think on average I like dunks more than people falling. But like the best making somebody fall in basketball is better than any dunk to me. It's just funnier. I prefer things that make me laugh. That's like Michael Jordan, a lot of these other guys, D Wade, their highlights, and Kobe, their highlights make me laugh because they just straight up embarrass people in different ways. Shots in people's faces, unstoppable dunks, you know what I'm saying? So I watch basketball to laugh and be entertained more so than X's and O's like football. But as far as football goes, truck sticks are cool, and getting hit stick is pretty cool too. I think jukes. I might have to go with jukes. I think I prefer a Chris Johnson juke somebody out their socks like Lamar Jackson does to people over a Derrick Henry turning Josh Norman into a blocker, or somebody popping somebody's helmet off like Jadeveon Clowney did to that poor innocent soul when he was back in South Carolina in college. Yeah, I think I may prefer jukes. I think I'm more of a juke person. Chiefs only because it's funnier too. I mean, again, whatever's funnier. To me, it's funnier at least. Chiefs only got QB on us, to be honest. That's what I'm saying. Like, the Chiefs have been dominant this whole time, and really all they got over us is quarterback. And I mean, I guess receiver too, with Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. That's all that's mattered though. We've had a way better defense. We've had a better, arguably, O-line last year. I think our O-line last year was better than their O-line. It's quarterback, bruh. It's so much of it. Oh, wait. We got another donation. My boy Alexander only speak with money. First of all, y'all gotta put some respect on my boy Alexander Wilson's name. You know what I'm saying? Lake Point Sports in Emerson, Georgia has indoor training facilities for Atlanta basketball. Please do research and not talk off the wall. Where is Emerson, Georgia? Where? Hey, wait a minute. Where is that? You make it sound like that's just easily accessible. Where is that? Wait, I'm talking because DMV in New York, they got them everywhere. You can literally, no matter what hood you're from, you can find an indoor court you can ball at, from what I hear. At least DMV wise, that's what I hear. New York, that's what I've seen. I've lived in New York for 5 years. I can tell you, New York has courts everywhere you can ball at. Inside, outside, no matter what. Yeah, where's Emerson, Georgia? Oh my Lord, Emerson, Georgia. You think I'm about to drive, hold on. You think I'm about to drive an hour and 14 minutes to go play at an inside court? At that point, the $20 worth of gas money is exactly what I'm talking about. You think I'm about to go to Emerson, Georgia to play basketball? You think Ant's even gonna do that? Ant ain't even about to do that. Ant love basketball. He's a great basketball. Ant's not about to go drive an hour to go play in the inside gym. Before, like, you know, he had all of this money and he was just a regular, you know, little street Atlanta kid. He know how to drive an hour to go play some free basketball. That's what I'm saying. We don't have the facilities. You have to drive an hour outside of Atlanta to find an inside court that's free with air conditioning. That's exactly what we're talking about. That's where the DMV in New York and California do right by y'all youth. Y'all actually try to turn them into stars. You give them the opportunities and the facilities to hone in their talents, to develop technique and fundamentals. We don't have that. You just go out there and hoop all day, every day in 90-degree weather and just do some stuff. Like, you just do some stuff. No mentor, no nothing. No league, no nothing. We should win 10 to 12 games this season if we can stay healthy. The big boys beating their man to the line, jumping on them so they can't get back up, make the play pancake. Now, pancakes I really do like. I like a pancake more than I like a truck stick, I'm not gonna lie. But I like the trenches. I like watching the trenches. Like, literally my favorite part of football is defensive line. That's why I'm so happy that, like, defensive line is the strength of our team, because that's literally happens to be my favorite part of watching football. Like, when I'm watching college, I'm looking at the defensive line, not the quarterback. Most of the time, naturally. Like, that's just naturally what my eyes go to. Now, when I'm watching, like, this upcoming season, when I'm watching Liberty games, of course I'm watching Malik Willis, because I'm trying to go ahead and do my early scouting before I do my real film watches at the end of the college season. But like, just naturally watching the game 12 p.m. on a Saturday, I'm looking at the trenches. That's just who I am, though. Who you think would be starting cornerbacks? William Jackson, number 1. I hope Kendall Fuller is the slot, and Benjamin St. Juste is good enough to become the starting cornerback number 2. But I wouldn't bet on it week 1. We'll see though. Hurdles are pretty. Yeah, hurdles can be pretty funny though. I like a juke though. I like somebody like, oh my lord, good juke. Juked out your socks. I don't understand why the roster number didn't go up from 53 to 58 with an extra regular season game at all. I super agree with that. I don't understand it either. I don't know why we're not allowed to have more players with an extra game. I would switch out Moreland for Roberts. Moreland was trash in the slot last year. Talking about Darryl Roberts. DMV on my shoulders, the biggest troll. Yeah, DMV on my shoulders do be out of control though. Had to raise the salary cap for that. I agree. They should have done it. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, it's all about money and numbers. At the end of the day, anytime you wonder why something did happen, why something didn't happen, it's because of money. My favorite hit stick's always Sean Taylor. Yeah, Sean Taylor, what he did to that punter, and what he did just in regular games is just ridiculous. What do you think about signing Steven Nelson 1 year? Steven Nelson? Who? Steven Nelson? Why is that name slipping my mind right now? Hey Rico, hope you're good. What's good, Scotty from the UK? Depth of line is big. Who do you think gets cut? We're taking 10 linemen. I don't think David Sharp makes it. I don't think dang, what's his name? Dang, my brain is slipping. I'm probably gonna have to pull up a roster because I don't even remember a lot of the guys on the outside looking in. Like, I think Keith Ishmael makes it because he's the backup center, can also play guard. Of course, Samuel Cosme. I do not think Wes Martin makes it. We'll see though. Do a film session on Chase Young versus the Giants. All right, might peep that. Rodney Ray, he allowed a 72 passer rating on targeted. Taylor is the answer, period. I hope so. I think so, for real. The guy kept composure and almost been the GOAT. Oh, we got Alexander with 2 more donations. Appreciate that. So Martin Rec Center in downtown. Is it free? Because I've never heard of that. Because you might have put me on to something. I appreciate it. Where is that? Is that free? Is that free, my guy? And how far is that? How downtown we talking? Let me look on the map real quick. Open 6 a.m. Oh, that's over there on the west side. Like up there on the west side, though. That's over there by Adamsville. That's over there by Hamilton E. Holmes. That's only a 20-minute drive for me. Is it free? That's in the area though. You might get robbed for you while you playing basketball though. Cause we used to ball at like off Cleveland Ave, like where Young Thug and them are from. We used to ball over there, and then some of my friends got robbed at gunpoint, and I wasn't there when it happened. So like we stopped going there. So like, I don't know about that Martin Rec Center. Like, I don't know. That area you just sent me to, like, go look at Pull Up With a Stick with Saw Baby. You trying to send me over there. Like, that's where you trying to look up Dang, what's that song about Peanut the Don and T.I.? That video, that's what you trying to send me to. DMV got 24 ball courts. So yeah, y'all love basketball, man. I respect that. I wish Atlanta cultivated talent like y'all did. Open courts, free courts, AC, lights on at night. Do y'all have lights on at night at y'all ball courts? Cause I know we don't. Once it turns nighttime, it's no lights. They have the lights on for the tennis courts, but they don't do it for the basketball courts. Sometimes we've had to like turn our phones on and put them on the ground to look at the goal and try to stretch out our games, because it'll get like close to night. We'll already be in an intense game, or we'll be running like a little, not a tournament, but like we'll be like running a 4v4 or a 5v5, and like it's like 2-2, and we got to break the tie or something. Now it's dark, and so we'll try to pull out our phones and stuff like that. We really need to just bring flashlights. But yeah, we don't have lights at night. We don't have indoor courts that's free, except for you do have Brady, but again, people getting robbed at gunpoint. I don't think y'all understand how bad Atlanta is. Like people don't really understand how bad like Atlanta is crime wise. Like it's up there. Like they're literally trying to surpass Chicago. Like I haven't been live streaming in a while, and a lot has changed in this past month. It's really bad down here. It was already bad before Corona, and we stopped going to that Brady court because that was literally the only inside court for free you could go to. And then first of all, the court was uneven. It had like bumps in it. It had cracks in it. Like you could tell they just didn't care. That's just Atlanta for you. But Atlanta's really bad, bro. Like I'm not about to be going to that Martin Rec Center you talk about if it's looking a little certain way when I pull up. We can pull up and go check it out. But Alexander, I'm not about to go in there and get robbed at gunpoint to play some basketball. I'm sorry, it already happened at the court we used to go to. I'm not going to that one. We need to get Thayer Mumford, because at least now the court I go to, it's really ignorant and like, you know, bad in a lot of different ways. I'm not going to talk about it, break it down. I'm not about to incriminate anybody, but at least like I know them people, so I don't have to really worry about anything happening to me. But I go to Martin Rec Center, I'm not good over there at Allen Temple. I don't know anybody from out. I know a couple of people, but I can't just walk in Allen Temple like, yeah, this Rico over here. Don't rob me. Like, y'all, he trying to set me up. How do you think the offensive tackle position will hold up this upcoming year? I think we're going to be straight because, again, I think the depth is so good. Cornelius Lucas, Charles Leno, Samuel Cosme, I think we're straight. When in doubt, break glass in case of emergency, Sadiq Charles. You know what I'm saying? I think we're straight. What's good, Blue Asphalt? Yeah, y'all have 24 b-ball courts, and y'all are such a small area. That's just ridiculous. We really don't care, bro. Atlanta really doesn't care. I mean, but at least they care about football, and I like football more, so it's not my problem. I'm just speaking up for the people that do want to play basketball. I really, you know, if I can't play basketball for the rest of my life, as long as I got my Xbox, I'm cool. Like, I just like basketball for exercise, and that's a nice place to hang out. We normally get wings afterwards, but like, I'm not about to risk my life to go play basketball. I don't know how it is where y'all at. I'm not about to go get robbed at gunpoint to play some basketball. I'm not. Y'all good. Sorry for pulling up. Like, what's good? Those two bums at Lennox Mall who shot the security officer. Oh yeah, that's just one of many things. Lennox was terrible before that. That was just senseless. That was just like, I don't know what y'all doing. Those are just two young kids. But like, Lennox Mall has become like, you gotta literally, when you pull up the Lennox Mall, you're better off just leaving your windows down, because they're gonna take stuff out your car anyway. And it's better for you just not to get your windows broken. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. I don't know how other cities work. I know New York is not like this. For a fact, Atlanta, most bad stuff happens in good areas because people don't like it. And first of all, it doesn't make sense to rob people who are also broke like you. So most of the time when people get robbed, it's usually like in good areas. Like they target Buckhead and things like that. That's where you have to worry more than pulling up really like in where you would expect to have to worry. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how DC DMV is, but I know like the places you have to worry most are in the good areas because that's the target areas. That's where people literally go, okay, we about to break into like 30 cars today. They usually do it for a gun. Like, they never have a bag or a gun. Like, I can't believe, like, in New York, people will like, get out their car and have a bag visible. Never in Atlanta. You would never be able to get out your car and have a bag in your back seat. You better, before you leave your house, put everything you have in your car in your trunk. Because don't get out and put it in your trunk after you get to your destination. Because if somebody see you, then they know everything you have is in your trunk. And you definitely can't have it visible in your car. Like, you can't have a bag. A few of my friends have already had their cars broken into, bags took. Few people I know have had their guns took because they left it in their car. Don't leave anything visible in your car down here. Like, don't ever. Because that's literally, okay, we're going to look in each car. With anything we see, we're taking it. Bag, gun, whatever. Don't leave your change openly in your car. You just can't. It's just certain things you can't do here. I don't know how other cities living, but I know New York isn't like that. Trade Brandon Sheriff, 3 first-round picks and third-round pick for Aaron Rodgers. Man, and I want to do that, but at the same time, like, it's just like, how long? I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers got a good 3-4 years, but like, man, I don't know. That's a lot to trade for somebody, and I think we could win a Super Bowl within that time, and I guess it's technically worth it. But dang, we'd be hurt on first-round picks for a minute. Some courts have lights in the DMV. Berry Farms used to have lights, and their tournament was very competitive. A lot has changed in DC over the last 5 years. So that's what's up, though. I love that. I love the fact that y'all are, like, trying. Like I said, we don't have lights on at night. The only court that I know has AC is on Cleveland Ave. Again, people getting robbed at gunpoint, trying to just play basketball. Like, I don't know in the city of Atlanta where I can go play basketball indoors for free. So once it's winter and once it's 90 degrees like it is here right now, basketball is pretty much off limits. Like, we can only play basketball for like 6 months out the year. Like, it's dead. Like, it just, I mean, unless you about to pay $10, $15 every time you want to go hoop at a gym. But most of the time, a lot of the best talent comes from people from the hood. They don't have $10, $15 to spend every day to go play basketball. And they trying to worry about groceries and rent. The ATL is just too overcrowded. There are more people than in the area. Expect more crime. We also have a lot of, and honestly, a lot of people too that do a lot of the crime here are not even from here. Like, Hurricane Katrina made Atlanta like 3 times worse than it ever was. And then now it's just getting even worse because people leave New York, because New York's getting gentrified. So like a lot of the like crazy people from New York move here and keep doing their crazy stuff down here because we have way less laws. Gun laws not strict at all. You know, it's literally legal for you to have an automatic weapon but not a pistol down here. Like, it's easier to get a license for an AK than it is for a hand pistol down here. Like, our gun laws are weird. And technically it's legal for you to have a gun unregistered to you. Like, you can just have any gun. You can just found it on the street. It's lawful for you to have it and use it as long as it's in your car or your house. Like, our gun laws are terrible. It's not as bad as Texas and Florida, but it's like, they not even trying. Cam Sims, that's way too much. Take Allen and Sims off, maybe Sheriff. Yeah, that's Jonathan Allen, Brandon Sheriff, Ryan Fletcher, Cam Sims. That is a lot. Nah, yeah, Jonathan Allen, that's wild, bro. You're not gonna do that. Demanta High School in PG County is very close to DC, and a lot of our talent ends up there in all sports. First black all-metropolitan baseball player was my high school coach, and he lived in DC. That's what's up, man. I love the fact that y'all are really trying to put talent. New York does a great job with it as well. They just don't have as much natural, born with God-given talent like Georgia and the DMV have. But New York has all of the facilities. You can go hoop for free anywhere. AC, that one court in Brooklyn that looks like, that's literally what the Flyers court in 2K was based off of, with the beautiful view. And it's like 12 courts as an ice skating rink. It's beautiful. They even have bathrooms. Like, y'all, like, but that's another thing. Like, do y'all courts have bathrooms? We don't have bathrooms with most of the courts, at least in the courts I go to. Like, we just don't have bathrooms. People be having lights at night and bathrooms at their courts. That is crazy. Like, I don't know if we're just severely underfunded or if that's just most of America. I don't know. But I know Atlanta, like, we don't, our courts do not have bathrooms. We do not have lights on at night. We rarely have AC, and if you do, you gotta pay $10, $15 every time you go. There is no membership. Every time you want to go to what was it, not Taylor Farms, the other one. First of all, it's in Douglasville. It's all at Powder Springs. It's like a 30-minute drive one way, 30 minutes again back. So it's an hour drive getting there and back. Dang, what's that court we used to go to? But we had to pay every time we went in. You got to pay literally every time you go in the court. I think it was like $5, $10, something like that. It's not free, and we got to drive an hour out. It's technically not even Atlanta no more. It's the suburbs. 3 first-round picks for 3 Super Bowls. Hey, that's might be a good way to look at it. I've been too busy on 2K. I was missing the streams. Nah, I really just haven't been live streaming like that, so it's more so my fault. It's definitely more so my fault. We have 36 more minutes. I'm surprised I caught up to the comments. I'm really happy. Demanta High School is Chase Young's former high school. Yeah, I remember that because I remember Chase Young. I remember Demanta because of Chase Young. Our court usually part of a rec center, so there are bathrooms. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I see. Y'all got it good, I guess. But that's a good thing, though. That's something to be proud of. Like I don't understand why people love to struggle. Like, I don't know why people be like, yeah, my court don't have bathrooms. Like, no, that's a bad thing. I would love it if we had AC, bathrooms, and lights at night. Once it's 7 p.m., you can't ball here no more. Like, the city of Atlanta is just shut down. Nothing is too much for a franchise. You kind of got a point. Rico been playing too much Apex. I actually haven't been playing that much. There's been times I haven't even gotten on Xbox. I've just been busy with a lot of stuff. Like I said, we have the fence now, and I've been dealing with a lot of my plant stuff. We got the fence, we got the concrete and everything. So our backyard is revamped. I still do a lot of yard work. Even like with my granddad, we cut other people's yards. Like we do like a gas station, we do a church, and we do everything. Like we do all of the land. Anything needs to be done. A tree needs to be cut down, grass needs to be cut, the sidewalk trimmer, the weed eating, anything you could think of. Like we do, like we handle a church, we handle an apartment complex, we handle a whole gas station. And this is not like a New York gas station, or maybe the gas stations y'all used to where it's barely any grass. No, it's a forest. We're dealing with forest here. It takes like the whole day. What's good, Tony Barefoot? What's good? Rico, you gonna watch your Bulldogs in the NFL? Of course, especially the ones I'm attached to. Like, I mean, I know Azeez Ojulari is a Giant, and I hope the Giants lose. I hope they go 0-17, of course. But I want to see him do relatively well. Not against us, against everybody else, but not us. Our middle school football fields and tracks are free to use as long as the school isn't using them. That's nice. Buckhead about to become its own city. How you feel about that? Yeah, because they tired of it, bro. The crime is so bad, they're sick of it. Rico, you need to leave up the street from Columbia Park Rec Center. We used to spend so much time there. That sounds so fun. Man. DMV sounds such a great basketball environment. Rico, I've been playing the Madden 22 beta. This is the best Madden since 17. Is it really that good? Because I'm excited to hear that. Because if Madden's good enough, I may run like, you know how some people do like you used to live up the street from Columbia Park Rec Center. Oh, you know, I don't remember that. But that sounds fun. That sounds so fun. Yeah, I really hope Madden's good. Because I may do that thing where you like simulate stuff. Like how some people do. Like I may run a Madden league and stream that as well. Like if that Madden's that good, I may like say Sunday live stream during the game, and then after the game, you know, post game live stream. Then I may literally, instead of being on my gaming channel, be on this game channel, live stream like me running like a dynasty or something, like or like a league with like the burgundy and gold. If the game is good enough. Madden rebuild. Cause y'all know I don't really care about sports games, so if it isn't great, I'm not about to force myself. I'm a shooting game person. I've been shooting games my whole life. Ever since I put down Kingdom Hearts on PS2 and picked up Halo 2 on Xbox, I've been shooting games my whole life. Any shooting game, I got you. I don't play racing games. I'm only decent at a couple of fighting games. And I'm pretty good at sports games. It's just not my passion. What's another genre? Like I do play random stuff. I play Elder Scrolls. I play survival games like Rust, like 7 Days to Die, like Ark. I play strategy games like Civilization and Halo Wars. But I don't know, sports games have just never been able to keep my attention long term like that. Now, Madden's gameplay is still trash, same issues. What's crazy is that ATL isn't even in the FBI crime report in the top 25 dangerous cities in the US. Bro, I definitely would tell somebody to go to all of these cities and come here and do your own ranking. Please, because it is please, because not top 25 is definitely a fat-faced lie. I don't know what statistics that is. I don't know if it's a per person thing, but I feel way safer in far more cities than I do even in my own. I'm not gonna lie. I love Atlanta, but like New York is so much safer and so much more fun to be in because I don't have to worry. Like in New York, I don't even feel the need to make sure I have one headphone out while I'm walking around. Atlanta, boy, you better never have two headphones in your ear, especially in certain areas. Oh yeah, you gotta be aware. I can set it up with all-time play, and like I said, like a car, you cannot leave anything visible in your car. Never. You leave your car windows up too, so they can break your glass too. That's first of all, that's the first mistake. But you leave your car with a bag open, a bag visible, a jacket visible, just in the seat. a gun, anything. You're pretty much asking them to break into your car, and it's sad. It shouldn't be like that, but that's just how it is, bro. I can set it up on top of it. Hey, and first of all, appreciate the donation again, my boy. Hey, Rico, I finally made it to a stream. What's good, Havocs? I'm watching it on the TV right now. Hey, I'm on the big screen. Appreciate that. Demantha High School basketball has been historically great. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar lost one game of high school, and that was to Demantha. Okay, that's what's up. Holding it down. So y'all would have poisoned to one of the greatest things ever doing it. Madden only care about yeah, cause didn't I know he hasn't worked out in the NBA so far, but what's Chase Young's boy name? That was the #1 overall draft pick. Can't remember. He plays for the Magic now, I think. I can't remember his name. I'm pretty sure y'all remember, but he was really fire coming out of high school. He came out of Demantha. I remember Jared Patterson was high school friends with Chase Young, so I'm assuming he went to Demantha as well. But they super improved franchise. Okay, that's what's up. I might have to check out that beta then. You like Kingdom Hearts? I used to love Kingdom Hearts. When I was little, all I played was Kingdom Hearts, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Madden, NFL Street. That was pretty much it. And then I got a hold of Halo 2 and it was over with. Halo's still my favorite franchise, like game franchise ever of all time. It's not even close. I play other games, Apex, Hunt, Survival, I mean a lot of battle royales, Call of Duty. Like I play a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, it all comes to Halo. And if Halo's good enough, I'm dropping every game. Every Markel Folks, thank you. Every game might as well just get deleted off my Xbox. If this next Halo, this Halo Infinite is as good as I think it'll be, it's over with. Like it's I'm deleting every game because it fails in the comparison. Like I'm straight Halo. I don't care about nothing else. And they added momentum, so if you getting dropped, you get squiggly as routes, just like NCAA 14. Oh, that's dope. I mean, if you getting dogged, you get that's really fire. I like that. Franchises improved, yes, like what they did with that. Time to come back home to Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. What's good, Michael Starkey? What's good? What's good, Stephen Sanders? Y'all tripping. None of y'all played Madden 22 yet. Like I did. Don't talk, but I understand your frustration, folks. He tough now, but he injury prone. Y'all, and I'm one of those people, I hate to see people fall from grace. Like somebody that has a lot of hype and then they don't work out. That's so sad to me. That's really sad to me. I hate when people don't work out. So I've always been like, man, Markel folks, get it together, man. Because, like, I don't know. That's just got to be tough to going from being the man everywhere you go, like the top dog, high school, college, and then you get to the NBA, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? That's always sad to see for me, man. Detroit, St. Louis, Memphis, B-more, Springfield, Little Rock, Cleveland are top 10. That Albuquerque thing always catches me off guard. Those other ones, I believe, even though I think Atlanta's definitely up there in top 10 now. I don't know when these statistics came out. Like I said, literally, like Atlanta, like within the past like year, few months, it's different. Like it's a whole flip. Like it's a whole flip. And then I never really believed those top 10 dangerous like that, because like Chicago's never in the top because their population is so big, but that's because a lot of their population lives in non-dangerous areas. But if you ask me like the worst place to be, like it's just like a small specific area, Chicago's easily #1. It's the way they be dealing with people. I would say St. Louis, Philly, Baltimore, and Chicago got it like easily. I think Chicago's still #1, but they're never going to be in those top 10 statistics because they have such a large population. So when they break down crime per person, it doesn't look that bad because it's all of these people, this and all these. But like where it's bad at in Chicago is the worst, I think, everywhere. Like where it is bad, even though it's not everywhere, even though it's not a large area, it's private beta. You can finesse it and you can record it all. You can't record it all. It's super private. What do? You have to like pre-order and then make sure you cancel your pre-order and just get the code? This new Madden still hasn't lived up to the last year's trailer. They sell lies. I can't stand Madden matchmaking. I got matched up against like a 75 overall team. Then the very next game was a 98 overall. Oh yeah, and Jacksonville's terrible, tryhard. Yeah, Miami, Jacksonville, Orlando's really bad too. Even though I'm not entirely too sure if it's up there with these other places though. But again, just like Chicago and Jacksonville and Chicago are the same. Their population is so crazy that they don't ever make those top 10 lists because like it's such a large portion of the population doesn't deal with all the stupidity. But the area that it does has to deal with it probably worse than most of those other places. With this roster and our schedule being top competition, Dustin Hopkins might be the most impactful player. Bro, a lot of games probably are gonna rest on his shoulders. No lie. Hey, Dustin Hopkins may be the difference in a game or two, in a win or loss. Like, it may be two of them. I slept in big time. Let's go, Argo. You good though? It's a Sunday. Dennis Smith Jr. too. Dennis Smith Jr. is from. He went to Demantha. Apex is underrated. Yeah, I just started getting back into Apex. I'm having fun. Is the Madden free? How about Florida? Yeah, I just answered the how about Florida. Been playing Madden since 02. So disappointed. I'm down with EA. A lot of y'all young kids don't get it. Yeah, man. Hey, Madden used to have the best soundtracks. Now it's FIFA. But like back in like Ray Lewis, Michael Vick, Dante Culpepper covers, Madden had the best soundtracks. That's literally what got me into rock music. And like why I still listen to it. Like that era of rock was so beautiful. Nah, I'm just saying I wish Dennis Smith Jr. would have balled out more. He's from Fayetteville. Oh, okay. Bet. He had a little something going on though for a second. Was it on the Knicks? At Fortnite. Yeah, Argo does let it. Argo's a tryhard at Fortnite. I'm not sure if y'all have ever seen him build, but he's one of them tryhard builders. I can never do that. NFL Street Ball and an original NFL 2K are great game. I love NFL Street. I play NFL Street on my PC sometimes. I have NFL Street on my PC. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up for y'all so y'all can see. Hold on. Let me close this real quick because I'm gonna try to see if I can show y'all because I literally like to prove it to y'all. I have NFL Street. Where is it at? Where's NFL Street? Like I love NFL Street so much I downloaded it on my PC. I had to get a ROM to do it through. It's kind of like when people play like Pokemon on their phones and stuff like that. It's basically the same thing but a PC version. Where is it? Where did I put it? I have so many. Oh, here we go. I found it. Where is it at? Is it gonna pull up? Come on, computer. Don't crash on me. Don't crash on me. Don't crash on me, PC. I'm trying to show people that I really got that NFL Street. Like I really got that. Hold on, where is it at? Come on, PC. Come on, show me some love. My brain isn't functioning. If St. Juice can play the way he's been playing at camps, how do you feel about the secondary? I think we can potentially be elite, honestly. If Benjamin St. Juice is good enough to take over the cornerback number 2 spot and move Kendall Fuller to the slot, I think we have an elite secondary, especially with Bobby McCain on the back end. Last year, Ron said that locker room came to him, and that's when he decided he had to move off of Haskins. If the locker room believes in Heineke, I believe he will start. That's a great point, because there was a report, I forgot who reported it. It was John Com or somebody said that a lot of players want to see what Taylor Heineke can do and want to give him the chance to start week 1. So yeah, that's a good point. A lot of the locker room believes in Taylor Heineke more than they believe in Ryan Fitzpatrick. So that's a great point. If Ron Rivera does listen to the locker room, that might. He said Chicago. That's what I'm saying though. That's first of all, appreciate the donation again. That's what I'm saying though. Murder rates are misleading because Chicago has a huge population and the majority of their population is safe. But the areas that it is bad, it's the worst. You can't argue me otherwise. Where it is bad in Chicago, it's the worst. Murder rates don't really matter like that to me because a lot of cities are just huge and have a whole safe population taking up the majority of the statistics where there is no crime, but where it is crime, it's the worst. Chicago and St. Louis are literally that. St. Louis is really bad. People, it's really bad. Baltimore, Philly, all of them 4 are different. McCain is just gonna pick off all of the stray balls that gets past everyone else. Bro, you know how aggressive William Jackson can be now, where the defensive line is first of all gonna get pressure consistently and quickly, and then Bobby McCain on the deep end to bail him out if somebody gets past him. That's if somebody gets past him. You have Bobby McCain on the deep end to bail you out. You know how aggressive and how much press man William Jackson's gonna play this year, disrupting route timing between the receiver and the quarterback. I mean, it's gonna be bad, bro. You better come with a great release because William Jackson's coming for you. What D-line would you let go of the 4 players? Allen, Payne, Matt, Settle. It's between Matt and Settle. Because Matt is our best pass rushing defensive lineman, but he's not our best defensive lineman overall because he's not great against the run. Allen, Payne, and Settle are better against the run than him. These hiccups and burps are annoying. So right now NFL Street isn't working. I don't know if I need to update something. I keep trying to open it and nothing's happening. It just like pretends to open and then nothing happens. Am I missing an update? Yeah, so I guess that's over with. Well, I tried to show y'all that I do have NFL Street. It won't come up though. Why won't it come? Why won't it open? Let me see. NFL Street. Am I opening the wrong app? Open with I don't remember how I had this set up. Man, well, and the NFL Street dream is dead. I don't know what happened. I wanted to show y'all though. You can literally go, if you have a PC, you can download a ROM to run NFL Street. You can run any game, PS2 games, Nintendo games. If you want to play Mario Kart, you can on your PC. What D-line would you? Okay, I just answered that. So I don't know, really, Matt Ioannidis and Tim Settle. I guess Tim Settle, because Matt Ioannidis is so great at pass rushing, but at the same time, he can't stay healthy. It's really difficult. He said, "Why you acting like that, nigga?" That Bucks versus Nets game though, yeah, that was really fun to watch. Anywhere that's over policed will have higher crime rates of crime. That is kind of true, pretty much everywhere but New York. Like New York is shut down. Like they don't. Their police is the scariest thing walking over there. They have like the most aggressive, unnecessary police. Honestly, their police is a gang in itself. They're worse than the actual gang. It's bad. Like New York crime is, I wouldn't say it's non-existent, but like. Their police force don't play. They do not play over there. That's what I factor how much better Curl will get. Oh yeah, you can't. Curl's Mr. Playmaker himself. I'm gonna keep calling him that because anything you need him to do, he can do it on the secondary. He's gonna go out there and do something. Display capture to show that you really have it, but it won't launch. No, it's not even the OBS. It's the actual like game ROM BIOS app thing that I use. Like the actual NFL Street 2 right now isn't working. It's not the OBS to me showing it. I don't know why it's not working though. I don't know. I gotta check that out. I haven't played NFL Street since the football season ended, so this whole offseason I haven't played it in months. Actually, I think I played it before the draft. Maybe, I think. But yeah, I don't know why my PC tripping. Yeah, that Nets Bucks game was really fun to watch. Poor KD, bro. He's really trying. I agree. If St. Juice can take over that cornerback too, and Fuller moves the slot and Curl and McCain ball out with that pass rush done. Oh yeah, that's best defense in the NFL. Benjamin St. Juice matters so much. I think even if Benjamin St. Juice isn't good enough to do that, I think our defense still has the potential to be the best defense in the NFL. But if Benjamin St. Juice is good enough, like we're not forcing it. He's actually earned the number 2 corner spot, and Kendall Fuller can move to the slot. We have the best defense in the NFL. Rico heard the N word. I don't even remember what I said that could have even sounded like it. I may have missed it, but have you assessed why our defense crumbled in the playoffs? I mean, I've talked about it over the course of live streams and videos. First of all, Chase Young wasn't ready. Their offensive linemen just played Chase Young very well. They just outmuscled him. Chase Young just has to get better with his workout, his conditioning and things like that. He has to gain more pass rush moves. He still didn't have a bad game, but he didn't have an elite game because of that. Kendall Fuller and Ronald Darby are not good enough corners to cover that receiving core. I believe William Jackson, potentially Benjamin St. Juice, and Kendall Fuller as a trio maybe can. Kendall Fuller going from our number 1 corner to technically our number 3 as the slot maybe can. But like that combination of Ronald Darby and Kendall Fuller got cooked. We saw that. Like Ronald Darby was looking good all season till he went against somebody that was more athletic than him, and then there was nothing he could do. Let me see what else. I mean, the receivers were dropping passes in the first half. The offensive line looked ugly for like a period in the first half, but then they looked pretty decent towards the end of the game. Antonio Gibson was hurt. He was out there, but he wasn't himself. We never had a true free safety like a Bobby McCain. That's gonna matter a lot. And then the 2 tight end set thing, like I've been saying, I don't think people understand how much having 2 tight ends, 2 dual threat tight ends on the field at the same time is gonna immensely help this offense. Like it's gonna keep defenses on their toes. They're gonna have to play balance. You don't know if we're running the ball or passing the ball when John Bates and Logan Thomas are on the field. Unlike when, like I keep saying, Vernon Davis and Jordan Reed on the field, we're passing the ball. Jeremy Reeves on the field, we're running the ball. Now with John Bates and Logan Thomas on the field at the same time, we have guys that can block and catch at the same time. We can run the ball, we can throw the ball, whatever, and defenses have no idea what's going to hit them. Benjamin St. Juice is the next Bradbury. I really hope so, man. You know, bro, you know how much of a difference that would make on this team? Let me see. Juice is locking up Terry, who people are finally starting to get recognition as a top 10 receiver. Should be getting better at using bull rush as well. It's getting stronger during the off season. Yeah, and that Benjamin St. Juice thing, and so far in OT and mini camps, I think he's the real deal, bro. Like, I don't think this is just hype. I don't think this is like the Trey Quinn effect. I don't think this is the Terrell Pryor effect. Like, he's actually doing this because, like, even with Trey Quinn and Terrell Pryor, they were doing it when we weren't hitting. Then when we got to the real game and people could hit, that's when they started dropping all of those passes over the middle because they were afraid of getting hit. They would turn around before they fully caught the ball and things like that. There's no equivalent to that, to this Benjamin St. Juice situation. And he's covering, like you said, Terry McLaurin. He's covering a potential top 10 receiver in the NFL well, consistently too. 4 pass breakups in one camp. I mean, in one day of camp, not just overall camp. Like, he's out here balling throughout the course of a day over several days. It's not even like he's having this one flash play and then he's just disappearing for the rest of camp. He's like getting 4 pass breakups and an interception every day. And then even when he's not being thrown to, he's not being thrown to because his coverage is so good. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's covering people so well that the quarterback, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Taylor Heineke, isn't throwing it towards him in practice. I think this Benjamin St. Juice hype is real. We got to see it. I'm still, you know what I'm saying, I got to see it in a real game, but I definitely believe in this more than I believed in a lot of previous offseason hypes. Cole Holcomb breakout season incoming. I hope so. I'm worried about linebackers still depth there. Our starters seem slow and non-athletic. Yeah, after Jamin Davis, Khaleke Hudson, and Cole Holcomb, it's a little ugly. I mean, I like Shaka Toney a lot, but I'm not going to depend on him yet. I think he can eventually be a really good Sam linebacker. Freak athlete, but that's a transition going from, you know, pass rush specialist to your main priority being covering tight ends. And I think he's going to be really good at it eventually, but I don't think he's going to be ready week 1. Then John Bostic, literally the only redeeming quality he has is being the quarterback of the defense and being able to call plays, but he's not great in coverage at all. He's the least athletic linebacker probably on our roster. Then you have David Mayo. He's a great run stopper, can't do anything else, can't cover anybody to save his life. So it's really just Khaleke Hudson, Cole Holcomb, and Jamin Davis is our true hope right now. But we'll see. Do not forget how much we improved our DB group as far as tackling. The 2 DBs we brought in, William Jackson and Darryl Robert, are 2 best open field tacklers in the NFL. That's a proven stat. I love that point. I forgot about that. That's a great point. Appreciate that, D-Yock. That is a great point. Now, a lot of these yards after catch situations that we end up in is no more. Our linebackers are more athletic. They're faster with adding Jamin Davis. Our corners, like you said, Adam William Jackson and Darryl Roberts, now we have better open field tacklers. And Bobby McCain. He's not afraid to come down from that single high free safety spot and come make a tackle in the run game as well after somebody gets past like 8 yards, of course. He's not about to come down and play in the box, but if somebody gets past our first and second line of defense, Bobby McCain can make an open field tackle if he needs to. So yeah, like a lot of those random chunk plays off of like stuff that shouldn't have gone that far, like a 5-yard pass turning in 30 yards. Yeah, that's done with this team. That's a great point. That's a great point. I appreciate that. John Bostic is not a starter in this league. I agree. He's getting the same treatment that William Jackson got after his rookie season and rookie camp. So I'm really excited. Yeah, man. And the fact that Chase Young gave him the sign of approval, the seal of approval, the fact that Chase Young said, I like that guy. I like that guy. Like that wasn't like I like that guy because he just made a great play. That was like the buildup of a few days of him playing well and Chase Young being like, okay, we may have something here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this Benjamin St. Juice thing, the only reason I'm kind of buying into the hype is because that has been consistent and over the course of a few days. This is not like he just got an interception one day, disappeared for the rest of the day, got an interception the next day, disappeared for the... No, he's been locking people up consistently throughout every day in practice. So I'm really excited about Benjamin St. Juice. In our division, we need to play more with 3 linebacker sets. I think we will. Now that we finally have 3 competent linebackers to throw out there at the same time, I feel like we may. He trying to be KD's stepdad. Oh, did you see PJ Tucker? And yeah, I saw that where he says KD's mom was like, we're playing basketball, not football. And PJ Tucker just laughed and said, I love you. She said, I love you too. I like that. I like that camaraderie. As much as PJ Tucker and KD talk trash to each other, like at the end of the day, it's all love. Like they're gonna be highly competitive on the court. They're gonna get in each other's faces. They may fight. I mean, sometimes you fight your brothers. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that PJ Tucker and KD don't have any love for each other and each other's families. So that was dope. I like seeing that. But oh, what's good, Ivory? Bostic sucks. Yeah, bruh, like plain and simple. I mean, again, he's the quarterback of the defense. He can call plays, but then he can't do anything else after that. I mean, if anything, he needs to be a coach on the sideline, because I'm not expecting him to make a play in a run game or definitely not covering anybody. But he does have that redeeming quality, and that's why he's going to keep making this roster until somebody else like a Jamin Davis is able to take over as the quarterback of the defense and call plays and make adjustments and be that vocal leader. Until somebody else can step up to do that, John Bostic's just going to keep sticking around for cheap. But I agree, John Bostic sucks. Hudson really needs to be that dude. I hope Davis can stay healthy at middle. It's a physical job. Yeah, I think Khalid Hudson's going to surprise a lot of people, man. I'm really excited about him. They've been saying he's been making a lot of plays at camp as well. And remember, he was that deadly weapon coming out of the draft. He like just had this knack for blocking punts and field goals. Like that was what he was just good at for some odd reason. I don't know how you get good at that. That just sounds like something Bill Belichick would draft and actually find a way to use it. Just randomly find a guy that's really good at blocking punts and field goals and let it win you some games every year, like 1 or 2 games a year. We have that guy. We just got to use him because Khalid Hudson just has a knack for blocking punts and field goals. We scored 60 points on Dallas with the worst QB play in league last year. How many points you think we're scoring them this time? That's a good point. Hey, man, we might have to go ahead and put up 80 on them this year. You know what I'm saying? That defense is horrendous. Benjamin St. Juste is also a great tackler in college. I mean, he's really long, too. Like, it's really no excuse. If you 6'3", with that type of wingspan, you better be a good tackler. Like, there's no excuse. I mean, granted, some people still don't end up being great tacklers with the same build that he has, but I'm happy that he is that length because that helps him a lot. I looked up McCain combine numbers, didn't know he was that athletic. Is it really that great? Let me go look him up because I don't think I ever have either. I don't think I've ever looked up Bobby McCain's. Let's go peep this. Man, Yahoo, why? Leave me alone, Yahoo. Like, I don't care. Send me back to Google. No, I don't want to subscribe. Here we go. Boy, they hated on him with the picture, though. Why is it smashed up like that? They got that picture off Google and didn't even try to render it right. They just said, forget it. 40-yard dash, 4.51. That's pretty straight. Bench press 17. Not horrible. 36 vert. That's not bad. 130 broad jump. It is better than what I expected. Because he's faster than Justin Simmons. He's faster than Anthony Harris. He's faster than Trey Boston, I believe, as well. Because I think Justin Simmons ran like a 4.6 something. I think Anthony Harris and Trey Boston ran like 4.5s, but they were higher than this. So yeah, hey man, might have something in Bobby McCain, bro. Remember, through the first 5 weeks last year in the season, he allowed the lowest passer rating out of all safeties in the NFL. It was literally smarter to throw the ball out of bounds than to throw it towards Bobby McCain through the first 5 weeks. But the Dolphins D-line didn't hold up. Then he had to cover for longer, and teams started to expose him. You won't be able to expose him with this defensive line, with this secondary around him. You won't be able to do that. Super excited to see running back Patterson in preseason. Oh yeah, me too, man. They're saying he looks great, bro. I'm excited about Jared Patterson. Will Jamin Davis be playing the will linebacker or Mike? I think ideally he'll end up playing Mike, but I think it's safest to assume he'll end up playing Will. At least in the beginning of the season, maybe take over that Mike linebacker spot eventually. Hudson had his moments last year, but still. Yeah, I mean, he was a rookie last year. You could kind of tell like the NFL game was a little bit faster to him than he expected. I think he's adjusting very well. Again, he's been making play after play in camp, so I'm really excited. That's what happens when you go against a first-round pick and Rashad Bateman. Wait, what we talking about with Rashad Bateman? Well, I forgot. I don't even remember what that's attached to. Juice being really good is exciting. I think he's the good. Reminds me of the Terry rookie hype. It was early and often. Fuller back inside and is exciting. I agree with all that. I agree wholeheartedly. This does kind of remind me of like the Terry McLaurin hype he was getting, where, third round pick, same thing as Benjamin St. Juste. A lot of hype in camp, putting up consistent great days, working well. making plays consistently, but we all had to be reserved. We were like, well, I mean, he's a 3rd round pick for a reason. He can't be that good. Then Terry McLaurin ended up being that good. Benjamin St-Juste may end up being that good, but the corner version, you know what I'm saying? That may be a thing. Oh, you're talking about Rashad Bateman, because Benjamin St-Juste, they were on the same team. He had to cover him. That's what you're talking about, right? That's what you're talking about? That is a good point. Rashad Bateman was one of the more complete wide receivers in this draft, as far as like route running and all of that. So, yeah, Benjamin St-Juste had to practice against that. Yeah, that he's ready. Juice being really good is exciting. Oh, I just read that. Bad. I'm disappointed in the treatment of Curl as if last year didn't happen. Nah, I think Cameron Curl may end up starting. I think Cameron Curl's going to start. I think they're just kind of keeping it on hush mode. They don't want to say it out loud to anger Landon Collins or anything. They want him to stay engaged and 100% committed to the team. That's why they're appeasing them by saying, you know, you may not even have to play linebacker. We'll keep you a strong safety. You know what I'm saying? I think when it comes to it, I think he's going to be in a box a lot, basically like a linebacker. And I also think Cameron Crowe is going to start over him for the most part. I just think they don't want to just say it out loud. Because what would it help? I mean, granted, it would put our minds at ease as the fans, but it would only like hurt the locker room. Juice over it, guys. Thoughts on John Bates? I love John Bates. Again, like I keep saying, after watching this film, I love him. I think we finally have a true tight end number 2. I think he's actually gonna end up being an even better blocker than Logan Thomas. And then I love his pass catching ability. And like I keep saying, if you don't want to believe me, 2 guys that play tight end very well at a very high level in their primes, Zach Ertz and Chris Cooley, both love John Bates. They're very high on him. So if they're high on him, why shouldn't we? You know what I'm saying? But again, after watching film, I love him as well. But like Chris Cooley and Zach Ertz giving the stamp of approval on him is all I need to hear, honestly. If Fuller moves back to the slot, then we can take Haskins saying and tell everyone in the league that messed up. Hey, don't jinx it. And I don't even believe in jinxes like that, but like the Haskins jinx might be a real, like as bad as Haskins was, that jinx might come to life and become a real person. It might be just a walking shadow cursing the team. Who do you think who is better? Matt Ioannidis or should give Allen? I think Jonathan Allen, of course, is a better overall player. Matt Ioannidis is a better pass rusher, pure pass rusher, but Jonathan Allen is a way better run stopper. Like I would say the gap between Matt Ioannidis and Jonathan Allen pass rushing is smaller than the gap between Jonathan Allen and Matt Ioannidis' run stopping. So Jonathan Allen, if I had to do a point system, is definitely better than Matt Ioannidis. But Matt Ioannidis is our best pass rushing interior defensive lineman, easily. We got another donation. That boy pulled. Oh, it's only 3 minutes left till I end the stream. I didn't even realize that time flew by pretty fast. What's good, Raw Rebel, man? Appreciate the donation. Appreciate that. St-Juste and Jamin Davis means no more tight ends killing us. I agree. And Cameron Curl. Because Cameron Curl can cover tight ends very well as well. But like we just had so many weaknesses everywhere. Cameron Curl was having to go cover the slot receiver sometimes. He was having to go play deep safety sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So now Cameron Curl has more freedom to do whatever we need him to do the most now. You know what I'm saying? If we need help with covering tight ends, Cameron Curl can also be a part of that. I agree with you. Like, I mean, Jamin Davis and St-Juste help a lot there as well, especially Jamin Davis. But I feel like Cameron Crowe will also be able to help us there as well, because I already did a film session on Cameron Crowe. You can go check it out. I did it during the season, how he was able to lock up tight ends. He'll have more freedom to cover tight ends now, because we don't need him to play deep safety. We don't need him to cover slot receivers anymore. Now, wherever we have the biggest weaknesses at, whatever those weaknesses are, we can send Cameron Crowe on that now. Have a great Sunday, y'all. Shouts out to all the fathers out there holding it down. Peace out. All right, Michael Starkley, appreciate you pulling up. Yeah, I'm about to end the stream in 2 minutes, so. Logan Paulson is also high on him as well. Yep, another tight end. Yes, sir. Thank you for that, Gregory. What's good, Carl Mitchell, my boy? What's happening with you? Davis, the Viper Holcomb, the starting linebackers. What's good, Tyrone? Man, I hope so, bro. I do not want John Bostic starting. What's good, Marcus Purnell? What's good, my boy? Man, he been here since the beginning. Big up, Rico. The squad could get away with starting Landon on the return from IR list, then bring him back truly 100% week 6 or 8. Hey, that might be a finesse move. That way you save an extra 53-man roster spot too. That might be the finesse move, Marcus Purnell. I like the way you think. What are our chances of grabbing a top 5 rookie QB next year? I think it's actually pretty high, but it depends on whether or not we value Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson enough. Or what if Taylor Heinicke just goes out there and is our franchise quarterback and balls out? Then we don't even have to worry about it, so we'll see. Rico, did you know Kevin Durant is a Washington football team fan? Oh yeah, I keep track of everybody. You got Matthew McConaughey. Honestly, I don't even really watch movies like that, so I can't even name you 3 Matthew McConaughey movies, but I know he's a Washington football team fan. I know Dale Earnhardt is. I know anybody from the DMV is. Like, that's obvious. Like, a bunch of actors, a lot of basketball players, like, what's the guy from the Lakers? Or, I don't think he's on the Lakers. Is he on the Pelicans now? Josh Hart, whatever. I know he's a big, there's a lot of burgundy and gold famous people out there. But like the reason I started with Matthew McConaughey and Dale Earnhardt is because they're not from the DMV. I think Matthew McConaughey is from Texas, but I forgot, he gave a background story on why he liked the burgundy and gold. It was something with like the characters. And then Dale Earnhardt, you know, he's from the Carolinas, I believe, and they didn't have a team. The Carolina Panthers didn't exist, so he went with the burgundy and gold. Yeah, we got a lot of famous fans out there. We also have one of the deepest fan bases like internationally and like in the world, like Mexico, Brazil, Germany, the UK. We have a heavy presence. Australia, like we're everywhere. A lot of teams aren't everywhere like us. Rico, did you know that Cam Sims had broke like 29% of tackles or something? I did not know that. For real? I didn't know he had that in him. Let me write that down. Let me see. Oh, my fault. I skipped 1-2's question. Why are people so hesitant to be on board with Heinicke? Sure, Tampa Bay didn't have much tape, but the plays that showed his talent were improvised and not part of the game. My reservations with him, durability, because, I mean, he even got hurt through walkthroughs in training camp just now. I mean, granted, it was a freak accident. I don't know if it's bad luck. I don't know if it's his body, whatever. Whatever it is, I'm afraid of durability. And then beyond that, I mean, we'll see. It's really up to just, I think, honestly, if Ron Rivera stays true to his word and training camp is a real, true, 100% fair, open quarterback competition and battle, I think Taylor Heinicke will beat out Ryan Fitzpatrick. But that's only if Ron Rivera actually makes it an open competition. So I'm pretty high on Taylor Heinicke. I'm worried about his durability. I'm not putting my life savings on him starting 17 games. I wouldn't really even put $20 on him starting 17 games fully healthy. I haven't seen it yet. Once we see that durability, I'm ready. Oh yeah, Kristaps Porzingis is a fan. Thank you, Rich. My boy, yeah, that's a great one, bro. Like I don't know. Burgundy and Gold fans we probably at least have one fan every country, and I probably only 5 teams in the NFL can say that. Appreciate the donation, my boy Carl Mitchell with the big 20, with the big 20. Appreciate that. Ain't even had nothing to say, just celebrating. Woo woo, let's go. I'm not even gonna lie, Shadow is a hard nickname for Jamin Davis. I do like that. I like that. It's kind of creepy. Like, I mean, I kind of like it because of Sonic, but like if I just take away the Sonic context to it, I like it more, honestly. Like if I just think of Shadow and it's not attached to Sonic in them, I like it more. Sonic is still cool. I used to watch Sonic when I was little. I used to play the little game, getting all the rings and stuff. I actually have the little VHSs of like the Sonic cartoon. I used to watch it. But like, I mean, I like Shadow too as a character. He was always my favorite in the show, but like, I don't know. I prefer just if it's just Shadow. Like I'm thinking of like Noob Saibot or something like that. Like I'm thinking, when I hear Shadow, I think of like Noob Saibot type of thing, and I prefer that. So I like the name Shadow too, but I prefer it without the Sonic context to it. First Father's Day. Oh, my boy Argo, man, I feel for you. Don't sleep on tight end Seals Jones. Yeah, again, I like his receiving ability, but he's not necessarily a dual threat tight end because I'm not depending on him to block that well. Any of our QBs are gonna ball out. I mean, again, it can't get worse than last year. So, I mean, by default, they're gonna be way better than what we had last year. How many wide receivers do we keep and who makes it? I honestly think we're only gonna keep 6. We kept 6 last year. They may try to keep 7, but I don't know. Mike Greeny, a huge fan. Oh yeah, too. A lot of ESPN people are fans. Not Mike Wilbon, but the other one, the one that works with them on the show. The bald guy at the end on ESPN, like late night. I can't remember his name. The bald white guy. There's a lot of burgundy and gold fans like all throughout ESPN, Sports Center, Fox, and all of that. It's like literally. I think literally half of everybody that works at maybe 1/3 of ESPN are combined burgundy and gold and Cowboys fans, and then 2/3 is everybody else. Wait, Mike Wilbon is not the black one, right? Oh yeah, Scott Van Pelt. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. What do you think about us possibly losing Washington football team? I actually don't hate the name like other people do, because I mean, nobody can tell me nothing. I'm one of the best trash talkers in Joan as it is, so like it didn't matter what our name. We can be the Washington Poopers. I can still out trash talk another team's fans if I really want to. But like I've always been spinning it as we're the football team, like we're the logo, like we're the, like just how people say the Bronx, the Ohio State. That's how I've been doing it. I'm like, we're the football team, so that's how I've always been with it. So I've never hated the name. Like I always put my own spin on it, but that's just how I am with everything. I can always turn lemon to lemonade, so that's just how I always, especially when it comes to trash talking. It's a Christoph's, yeah, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Yes, sir. Our O-line is much improved. I agree. Excited to see what Heineke can do in preseason. Man, I can't wait. Preseason is going to be so fun. It's going to be one of the most preseasons we've ever had. My wife is grilling steak and ribs for my Father's Day dinner. That's what's up. My boy John Lynch about to eat good. You rooting for the Hawks tonight? Of course, man. Like I said, I was speaking on it earlier. First of all, y'all go subscribe to my boy Juan Gotti Talking Sports. That's off top. That's easy. Y'all gotta support my boy Juan Gotti. You know what I'm saying? But like I broke it down earlier, and like long story short, I'm not really a Hawks fan, but like these games keep turning into city versus city beefs. It's not even about basketball no more. When it was the Knicks, it was New York versus Atlanta. Now it's Philly. It's Philly versus Atlanta. Like you see Meek Mill and Lil Baby going at it. You see Gilly the Kid and the Migos going at it. So like at the end of the day, I'm Atlanta, so I'm rooting for the Atlanta team. I don't really care for the Hawks. Trae Young's fun to watch. But yeah, at this point, it's Atlanta versus Philly. It's not even the players on the court. Because honestly, I like the Knicks roster more than I like the Hawks roster. But when it became New York versus Atlanta, and New York is talking trash on Twitter, and it became more than basketball, I had to root for the Hawks. Like it had to be. He said, no, Rico, you make it a city beef. Wow. You know, I'm not going to argue against that. You can go ahead and be done by yourself, Rich. Scott Van Pelt, he from DC. The NBA needs another villain. I don't think Trae Young's a good enough villain though. I mean, he's fun to watch, and yeah, that insurance fraud stuff is really bad, but he's not like a villain. Like he's not Patrick Beverly, Draymond Green, or even kind of Kobe at a time, or Michael Jordan. Like it's not even like, it's not, I don't know, like he's not the villain. He's good enough for now, but we need a better like super evil villain. Like I don't think Anthony Edwards is ever going to be the villain. I think he's too chill and too like just regular. He could be if he wanted to. With the way he trash talk, he could easily be the villain if he wanted to. But I don't think he's gonna. I don't know. I'm trying to think of who could be a villain. Hopefully one of these new drafted kids can end up being a villain, because we really don't have a dominant villain. I mean, kinda KD, but now KD's starting to turn into like I feel sorry for him, so it's not as bad anymore. He's not really a villain anymore. So I really don't know. We don't really have a true villain anymore. NBA needs another villain. I do agree though. I would love another villain. Not a KD villain though. I don't want to. I hate KD because he keeps joining back. I want somebody that's like just actually evil, like just the most trash talking Kevin Garnett, Michael Jordan type of villain. I don't want a KD type of villain. Isn't Fitz the perfect backup? Older, experience, Alonzo. Yeah, I mean, and if Ryan Fitzpatrick, if anything, out of all starting quarterbacks, is the one you're least likely to worry about getting benched. Like when he gets benched, he's not gonna take it to the heart. He's like, oh well, I mean, I usually get benched. Watch the Iron Man. I need to dip out of here. We're already 8 minutes in. Cowboys fans think they are gonna go into the Super Bowl every year. Oh yeah, always. Our defense will be tested this season. Oh, for sure. When is preseason? August, I think, right? I forgot. I should go ahead and do a video covering that, right? Because they already came out with the schedule. We played the Patriots, the Bengals, somebody else. I think the Cardinals. We need Aaron Rodgers to win a Super Bowl this year, hands down. So he can dip, is that what you're saying? Three tight end sets on occasion. Well, Ricky Seals-Jones kind of is a big receiver. I don't know, maybe. They just talking trash and you not a fan. I think Fitzpatrick will end up being a backup. I think Heineke is on a mission to prove the doubters wrong about him. That playoff game gave him more confidence. I hope so. Hey, go ball out. I'm just scared. I'm just afraid of his durability. It's kind of a fancy restaurant. Wait, what did I miss? We went to Pappadeaux. I've heard of Pappadeaux, but I don't exactly know what it is. Anything French sounds fancy. The way you even spell dough. So He said, how am I wrong? Please tell me. I'm curious. I'm not doing this. You can go ahead and sit there all by yourself. I always check out your channel, Rico. You're that dude, bro. I mean, appreciate that, GKO. Appreciate that. I got to get a air horns for that one. KD was a villain on the Warriors. But again, it wasn't like it wasn't because he was evil. It wasn't because of him. It was because of the decisions he made. Like, it's like it was more so the circumstance. He went to join a team. He went and hopped on a bandwagon. But it's not like KD is an evil person. You know what I'm saying? I want an evil person. I want a Kevin Garnett. I want a Michael Jordan. I want an evil person. A good Matt Barnes. Like a Matt Barnes that can go drop 30 a night. You know what I'm saying? I want a good person. A Draymond Green that can get you 30 points a night. They can actually score. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of villain I'm talking about. Because, like, Trae Young is hateable. KD was hateable, but they're not really, like, villains. You know what I'm saying? They don't seem evil. They don't seem like they talk a lot of trash. You know what I'm saying? How crazy ATL gonna go if the Hawks win tonight? I mean, like I keep saying, like, I love Atlanta, and I'm gonna always critique them the hardest. The fan base here isn't, I mean, it's gonna go crazy, but it's not the same, like, if the Wizards were to make it this far. You know what I'm saying? Like, Atlanta doesn't care about basketball as much, and even football. They're fairly fair weather fans. Like, if they're bad, you just would think this city doesn't even have a football team, because people don't even really get sad. They're not mad. They're not sad. They're just like, well, we suck. Move on. Don't even watch the games. So it's kind of different. So they don't have their downs aren't as down as a great sports town like the DMV or like New York and stuff like that. Their downs aren't as low. So when they have their highs, they aren't as high as well, because they're not as emotionally committed, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So if Atlanta is gonna go crazy if they win, but it's not gonna be like the same. You know what I'm saying? Because people just don't really care. They're not as passionate. Like right now, we're getting a whole lot of people that don't really even love the Hawks like that are just out of nowhere. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of these rappers didn't care about the Hawks until this year. And again, I love Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, Atlanta isn't a great sports town. Like it just isn't. I'm rooting for the Hawks, but like, to be completely honest, DC is easily a way better sports town. He says, so you're not gonna tell me, okay, guess I'm wrong because Rico says so. Sounds like good enough logic. Yeah, it sounds good to me. Like I said, I'm not arguing against it. You got it. You can think whatever you want. I met him in person. Personally, I always, oh, you did? That's what's up. Personally, I always root for villains. It depends on what type. Like I said, the KD type of villain, can't do it. But like a Kevin Garnett, Michael Jordan, biggest trash talker, I can. Depends on the situation. But like a dirty player, nah, I can't root. Like the Patrick Beverleys trying to injure people and stuff like that. Even Chris Paul to an extent. It's hard for me to root for those guys. It depends on the type of villain. The trash talking villain, all day. But to trying to hurt people or to do some weird KD-like moves to the Warriors, I can't. Crowder on the Suns. Yeah, but he's just not that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need somebody with that type of energy that's also great. Like I said, if Matt Barnes can drop 30 a game, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is a Washington. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Yo, you said a good Matt Barnes. Bro, like, please. Rico, should the NFC East call us daddy? We sunning them. What's good, Eric Hill? Nah, Trae Young, definitely a villain. It's not enough, though. Like, he's not evil. He just gloats sometimes. He plays for the foul like James Harden. But he's not Kevin Garnett, just pure evil. Like, I need that pure evil. I'm sorry. That's what I need. If I'm root for a villain, it's got to be that pure evil. LeBron is hated. Yeah, but it's not the same. He's not a straight up villain. Especially since he's had to carry teams by himself. LeBron has been the victim in a lot of finals. Like, you gotta, no matter how much you hate LeBron, you gotta feel for LeBron to a certain extent some of that stuff that he went through, having to deal with the Dellavedova, Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith teams. It's only but so much of a villain LeBron can be. At a certain point, you just hate LeBron because you just a hater. Trae Young need to do some more villain stuff before. Yeah, like I'm saying, if Trae Young acts more evil, then I'm cool with it. Washington first preseason game, August 13th. Other games. 3 other games playing August 14th. Taraji P. Henson is oh, that's dope. He needs to say he the king of New York and Philly. Hey, do that. It's too late now, though. It's kind of in hindsight. Like, if he was going to say he was the king of New York, he needs to say that game 1. Like, that's the type of trash talker I want. I don't want to, oh, we won, now it's safe to trash talk. I need you to say something day one and then back it up. I don't like the, oh, now we won, it's safe, the coast is clear, let's trash talk now. So it's too late for New York and Philly. Maybe if the Hawks win tonight, and then tonight he'd be like, yeah, I'm about to be the king of Milwaukee, I'm cool with that. But don't say you're the king of New York and Philly after the fact, you know what I'm saying? Arthur Blank needs to sell the Falcons. I don't have any opinion on that. I hate the Falcons, so if he's a bad owner, I hope he stays. If he's a good owner, I hope he goes. Joe Bernthal is a Washington football team. Who is Joe Bernthal? Who was that? Christoph Porzingis. Yeah, Rich said that earlier. What we talking about? I went to eat. We're talking about a lot of stuff. We're having cross conversations. Now, I'm about to dip out. I was supposed to leave at 4, but I don't want to leave anybody's comment or question hanging. Josh Brolin. Who is Josh Brolin? Joel Madden. Who is Joel Madden? You think Reuben Foster will get an invite back? Nah, I think he's pretty much done. I don't know. It's really difficult. Rico, you think the NFL needs to expand more game day rosters? Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier, Matt. But like somebody else brought up the fact that if you expand the rosters, you're going to have to expand the salary cap. But you can't really expand the salary cap. That means just each player is going to make less money. So you're taking money away from the top guys like Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, potentially Chase Young, and all of those guys. So it's a really controversial topic. We'll see. But yeah, adding a game and we still can only have 53 men on the roster is wild. Virginia Slim. All right, man. Yeah, I'm about to dip up out of here. How 6ix9ine said where everyone at. Trey Young has the potential to be a villain, but he's not there yet. Peace, Rico. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, man. Appreciate it. Y'all too, man. Oh, true. That's tough. New deal coming, though. Oh, yeah, that TV deal about to hit different. Salary cap about to be different. Will Terry become a top 10, top 5 receiver this year? Top 5, I'm not sure, but I am confident in top 10. I'm confident he'll get the top 10 recognition. Now that he finally has quarterbacks throwing him the ball that can get it to him. So many people are Bron haters when KD and Harden left with 15 seconds left in the game. Nobody called them quitters, but when LeBron left with 1 minute left down by 30, they were calling him a quitter. Yeah, the LeBron hate's out of control. And I don't even really rock with LeBron like that, but it is unfair treatment how much hate LeBron gets when other people do the same thing, if not worse, and they don't get the same hate. Thanks, Rico. Thanks for the content. Appreciate that, Matt. I've been grilling. Sorry, I could be chatter rich or mod rich. You good? Leave a like and subscribe before you leave. Appreciate that, Justin. Let them know. Peace, Rico. Appreciate that, Kurt. Peace, Rico. All right, Carl Mitchell, appreciate you and the donations. I appreciate all y'all, man. I love the fact that the chat is always, you know what I'm saying, something to talk about. I prefer to be behind than caught up. You know, when I'm behind, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, I'm rushing. But I like the activity. I like the constant conversation, the debates and everything. I love it, man. That's what these Sunday live streams are for. So I'm trying to be more consistent. Like I said, I've just been busy. A lot of stuff going on around the house and stuff. But I'm getting back to it. I'm working on these film sessions for the rookies as well. Said LeBron the GOAT, no more talking. Yeah, LeBron that dude, man. Curry got hate for it. But Curry was already on the team he was on. Like, I don't even know how Curry can get hate. Like, oh, you talking about with the leaving earlier. That what you talking about. But yeah, like Curry being part of a great team wasn't even his fault. He's the reason the team was great. Shout out Pedro. He just watched my video and dropped a comment. Yeah, like I said, I think Pedro was in here earlier. Make sure I subscribe to Pedro Smith. Juan Gotti was in here a little bit earlier. Make sure I subscribe to Juan Gotti. Subscribe to Rich. He has his channel as well. I'm not sure if Astonishing is in here right now. Make sure I subscribe to Astonishing. Who am I missing? Hope I'm not missing anybody that was in the stream who y'all need to subscribe to. But yeah, man, I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. We going 18 minutes in late. I'm about to pull up this game too while I work on some more videos. But I'll catch y'all later, man. I appreciate all y'all that pulled up, everybody that donated, everybody that pulled up to the chat, asked questions, had things to say, anything. Sean. Wait, Sean. Oh yeah, King Sean was in here too. Make sure y'all subscribe to King Sean. We gotta get King Sean and Rich channels up, man. We gotta get King Sean and Rich up there. They run out with bro. DeQuavius, she was right there, man. Hey, DeQuavius, just to let you know, Volakit is done. It got chopped. It's no more. It's no more Volakit. It's dead. It's dead. It's no more, bro. It got clipped, son. You gotta kill that. It's gone. Volakit is finito. Man, people hit me up too, cause like I'm usually the person that everybody goes to. Oh, how we watch the game tonight? You know what I'm saying? Like, what should I use? And so when Volakit got clipped, it was I was like, man, now we gotta go find another one. I mean, of course, there's buff streams, there's all kinds of stuff, there's Bala Sport, things like that. But yeah, Volakit's done. So I don't know what we're gonna do when we get to the football season. I'm gonna have to find something. We'll see. Yeah, I got blocked, but it worked the next day. Wait, so Volakit's back? Because I checked like 2-3 days in a row. It didn't work for me, but I don't know. Maybe I went at bad times. Maybe I went at the wrong time. Bruh, it's clipped, bruh. They got it. Like, websites like that normally have to, like, stay ahead of the curve. They got to be like it got to be 1 month volakit.com. The next month it got to be volakit.io. That's why they keep their websites and their URLs updated so that they can't get caught. But they stayed volakit.com for months, and of course they got clipped. Somebody was gonna find it. I'm that same guy too. Oh yeah, so me and Rich be plugging people up. Now we gotta find an alternative. New eyes out there, man. Let's lurk. I got so many websites, but Volakit the best. Yeah, and I got backups, but yeah, Volakit was just elite, bruh. I don't know about now. Use crack streams. Yeah, crack streams is a thing. Crack streams, buff streams, Bala Sports, a lot of stuff. I'm not sure if people still using First Row Sports. That's kind of old. But yeah, Volakit was elite, bro. It was the best, period. You were literally up to date with cable. Like, people could be watching it on cable, you could be watching it on Volakit, and you're literally the same second as them. I haven't found any other website that does that, but we'll see. We'll figure it out when football season comes up. Oh, what you mean it got clipped? I'm sorry, that was that New York lingo. Yeah, it got clipped. It's gone. It got taken down, yeah. Yeah, I had to use my New York voice, you know what I'm saying? I had to pull out the New York. It's clipped, son. It's clipped. Oh, y'all gotta use the bathroom? I'm sorry, I went 20 minutes over. I'm about to get out of here for sure, though. All right, y'all, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Like I said, weekly live streams coming. I'm about to be on it more. I'm gonna be less busy, but I'm gonna be more consistent. More videos. I'm trying to do daily uploads. I'm trying to get the Friday stream back to consistent. I'm trying to get this Sunday stream back consistent. So be on the lookout for all of that, man. And again, like I've said it like 10 times. I really appreciate y'all, because I really do. So I'll catch y'all next Sunday with the Sunday live stream. Hopefully Friday with the Friday stream, and trying to do daily uploads for videos. Y'all gonna need that dictionary. All right, see y'all. Have a great Father's Day. All right, man. AGM. Yeah, New York has the most slang in the world. Like, nobody else. They come out with a new word every week. Like, I haven't lived in New York for 3 years. I'm already behind like 50 words. Like, no lie. Like, literally no exaggeration. The only reason I'm only caught up in like a couple of them is because I still talk to a lot of my New York friends and stuff. But like, it's not the same as living there. You fall by a year, they come out with like 15 new words. It's wild. But all right, y'all. Happy Father's Day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Catch y'all tomorrow with a video. Catch y'all Friday with a live stream, and Sunday with